Good evening, everyone. A little bit earlier, but still evening, I suppose. And welcome to Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces is a game. Okay. So yeah, Sonic Forces, the other game released in 2017. What's different? That's the thing. Whether you'll notice. Yeah. Sonic Forces is... it's the other game released in 2017. And, yeah, unlike Sonic Mania, is not exactly as well liked. It's a follow-up to webcam. Same webcam, although you're on the right lines. You're kind of on the right lines, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, Sonic Forces is the modern Sonic game. And yeah, it's pretty much a follow-up to games like Sonic Generations, and yeah. So yeah, it follows the boost formula, but yeah, as we'll get into, I don't think it plays nearly as well as Generations. So we're in Straight Line Zone, I mean Green Hill. We are just holding forwards right now. Look at that spin. So yeah, like Sonic Colors, Boost has gotten through the White Wisp capsules. You obviously got your homing attack. You got your you got mostly your full moveset. You got red rings. And you got the random worm from Sonic Lost World that shows up in the background of this level. And you got the boost, which lets you play with kind of just one hand if you want to. Yeah. Yeah.
Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sand Hill right now.
And an abundance of automation as well. We will proceed. What do I do with the other hand? I can make gestures with it to articulate my points about why I don't really like this game. That's what I can do with the other hand. I probably didn't get a very good rank on that because I was stopping to explain stuff. Oh no, never mind, you got an S rank anyway. So yeah, that was Lost Valley. Not a particularly interesting level from the level design standpoint. It clearly arrived at the wrong time. Ozzy Forces gets his flag on its own, so following after Mania. Yeah, following after Mania really did not help, especially considering classic Sonic. Also, what do you mean you arrived at the wrong time? But yeah, classic Sonic being in this game right after Mania got classic Sonic right really didn't help. Its villains will surely going to have boss fights with all of these characters, and it will be a jolly fun time fighting these villains from past games.
Whoa, this guy is faster than Sonic!
Oh, and we get to see Tails' amazing characterization in this game as well,
Wait, it's something else.
where he just sort of stands on the sidelines and does stuff. Yes, he does. I can't remember who he voices, but he does voice one of the characters in the Sonic cast.
I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make any sense.
Also, of note, in the very first cutscene, it is, it's pretty much implied that Eggman has made something new. Brain Meat Gutter hand talk. Oh, okay. Didn't realize you were there for that. But yeah, it's implied that Eggman made whatever's just beaten up Sonic. It's like his latest invention. We're going to see stuff later on that kind of possibly contradicts that in the same game. And yeah, Eggman takes over the world, but we don't see any of that. It's just conveyed through text on a black screen.
Eggman's army is unstoppable.
Because that's a great way to tell a story.
The people are losing hope and giving into despair.
Despair is a luxury we don't have.
I still dream that Sonic is with us. Do you think he might be...
I'm an optimist, but I'm also a realist.
Sonic is gone, Amy.
The dialogue in this game is very written very dry. How is Silver here? Who cares? Is the answer the game probably presents.
Miracle these past 6 months, but I'm afraid we have to make our own miracle.
Yeah, the game doesn't, you know, even attempt to explain. Even like Colors DS says like just has like a throwaway line of like, "Oh, I came to visit" or something.
Everyone is terrified. Isn't a new recruit joining us today?
Yes, a survivor from the city, right?
I'm accessing the file now.
Right, so here we go. The standout feature, I guess. Why are they struggling with no Sonic? But yeah, the sort of standout feature of Sonic Forces, the custom character, the avatar. So I said on previous stream that I was going to do a lot of the design myself, but I may as well hand stuff over. I may as well hand stuff over to you guys. We have some choices to make. So first off, do we have male or female? Wait, is this Sonic without Sonic? No, Sonic comes back very quickly. It probably would have been better if it was Sonic without Sonic and was just focused on the avatar. Like, it probably would have been a better game if they just focused on the avatar and A, focused on making the gameplay better, and B, had a more coherent story with the avatar. Right, so no vote for male. Right, we've got various species as well. Dog, wolf, rabbit, bear, cat, bird, and hedgehog. I'm probably going to say we'll do anything except hedgehog because there's already 2 other hedgehogs in the game. Yeah, and the different species do have different, you can zoom as well, do have different abilities. So bird does a double jump, which is kind of like, yeah, is not the best double jump. Let's see. You know, I've played more with birds before. I think I've only used a. Have I used a rabbit before? I think I might have to 100% the game, but we'll go with that. Okay, 3 different types of ears. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff I don't like about Forces, but the character creation is actually fairly well done. Right, I think I've had 2 votes for Type 2, so we'll go with that. And we got we can make them look normal, or we can make them look like they're ill with the right color. Actually, I'm going to say on this one, I'm just going to make them look normal, because I don't want them to look ill. But we have different types of eyes. And, so, you know, we've got some fairly normal ones first off. And that one's slightly weird. And then we get the last couple. I'm going to guess that people are going to want Type 7 or Type 8. Because they do just kind of stare into your soul. Yeah. So yeah, we can choose the colour of the eyes. These look considerably make the eyes red. Let's see. That's more like pink, isn't it? That's probably the reddest red there is. Right, we're gonna have body color as well. So I'll take some votes on body color as well. I didn't make pink eye upsets you. Well, I think when I used these eyes on one of my characters when I first played the game, I think I just had it black, so it was just like proper like staring into my soul kind of thing. Neon green. There's not really. That's probably the closest, unless you want to go with that one. Which of these screams neon green more? Top or bottom? I don't know which one really screams neon green more, because the colours on my laptop screen are... Is your character a top or bottom? Oh, voice. So basically he's got like kind of younger sounding voice, yeah, slightly older and more gruff. They are indeed some noises. And this one would fit really badly with it, so that'd be the funniest. Yeah. I'll be soon, don't worry. Oh yeah, we get to do their victory pose as well. Oh, so we got, yeah, kind of normal like fist pump in the air, pointing, a really stiff looking breakdance, bow, whatever that is, kind of more confident look, funky pose. Clapping, and that. Six stood out to you? What was 6 again? Oh yeah, that one. I'll just drink this before it gets cold. It's a bit cold in here today. Looks great. Yeah, let's get this show on the road.
What's the sit rep, Commander?
Happy to see you're all still alive.
I don't know who put Knuckles in charge.
Through our defenses at Green Hill, and the resistance in the city is reporting that whatever it is that finished Sonic. Sorry, I'm still not used to saying that. Whatever it is has got them running in fear. All except for this brave
I
kid
found
who survived the battle
I
and
found
carried
Sonic.
one piece. Meet our newest recruit.
So of course we also, I mean, it's not in game, but
Doesn't look like
we gotta make a name for this character. So I'll let you guys figure that out in chat.
Here, kid, take this. We're depending on you. Okay, let's get going, everybody. The world's not gonna save itself.
Right.
Oh no, Eggman has taken over 99.99% of the world. Gerald the rabbit. We've got over it for the rabbit. Also, yeah, every time we come back to the world map, it's going to be really laggy. I don't know why it does that on this laptop. Also, yeah, you can now play Shadow the Hedgehog, you can now play Supersonic. Sure. Also, yeah, the world map that makes very little sense given the geography we've seen in previous Sonic games. Like, Green Hill is over here on this big landmass. In Sonic 1, Green Hill is on South Island, which is, you know, a small island. Sonic already has a Gerald. It does.
I just received some incredible news. Sonic is alive.
No way. That's excellent.
Oh yeah, and half the story is told through these radio chatters as well.
What? Oh, thank goodness! I knew it! I knew it!
He's captured in the orbiting prison. My spy there says he's in a solitary confinement cell, and they've been torturing him for months.
Torturing him for months. So bear that in mind for when we see Sonic next.
We have to
He's been
rescue
tortured for months. At least you don't have to voice them. I mean, I wouldn't anyway, because I'm lazy.
Plan's already happening, Amy. I've got a squad squad on the way to the spaceport and the chemical plant to borrow a shuttle. Come on, guys. Who's up for an old-school style jailbreak?
Also, yeah, 2 games in a row that start with Green Hill and then Chemical Plant. Yeah. Right, so here we have the Avatar. They play very similarly to Sonic, but they basically don't have a boost and they have a gun. For now, we just got the basic burst wisp on. Oh yeah, and their homing attacks are slower as well, because they got a grapple rather than an actual homing attack like Sonic does. Who on earth decided on a green bunny? Everyone here. So yeah, for now we have the burst wisp on, which frankly is one of the best ones in the game. It's just this, you know, rapid fire flamethrower that just destroys everything in its path. The burst wisp on is one of the best in the game, and it's what you start with. What's the point of character creation if you don't make something cursed? That is true. So yeah, as well as the guns, the Avatar also has wisp powers available, much like in Sonic Colors and Lost World. But you can only get what you have equipped. So yeah, we have Burst, which we have previously seen in Sonic Colors on the DS. And Sonic Force also likes these quick time event scenes, which are really easy because the timing on them is usually pretty slow.
Let's head in while Espio keeps busy.
Need a shuttle to get to Sonic in time.
A little quiet at the launch pad for now. Grab a shuttle before they sound the alert.
Ring closing on a circle. Yeah, we've never seen that before in our group of streamers, ever. Oh. Nice set piece we got here. Shame you've shamelessly nicked it from Sonic Colors. Like, this is almost one-to-one the end of Tropical Resort Act 1 from Sonic Colors. Right down to the Rainbow Ring being in the middle at the end. Oh, I don't think I had enough rings for S rank. But for completing a level, we don't get any cosmetics yet. Okay. I thought we would get some. Fair enough. Oh, because now we unlock the ability to customize. You can now use the Sega Pack costumes and the Sonic t-shirts. I expect people are gonna want me to use the Sonic shirt. Go do the Shadow DLC too? Yes, because it does have extra story content. And that's where we're going to get into what I mentioned earlier about the game contradicting itself. Oh yeah, I've got the DLC because it was all free. I don't particularly want to use any of those. Maybe we could have Persona 5 mask or generic glasses. But yeah, I expect people will want me to use the Sonic shirt. There's 3 colours of Sonic shirt. But you can also dress him up as Joker and II and what's his name from Jet Set Radio and Knights. And more generic clothes. We'll unlock a lot of clothes as we go through the game. Pink Sonic with Persona mask. The Persona mask is quite nice. We can make him COVID safe. Should we make him COVID safe? This game was released before COVID. I would like to say. Obviously. Gloves wise. Oh yeah, we could have freakish Super Monkey Ball hands if we want. Or stuff that looks a bit more normal. So you see, Sonic characters without gloves just look so uncanny to me. Or we could have freakish Super Monkey Ball feet. Definitely monkey hands. Actually, I used the Jet Set Radio ones on my main avatar when I first played the game. Actually, I think the Knight's shoes will go with the pink Sonic shirt. I'm going to overrule anything on that. Bodysuit is pointless, I think, personally. And then the rest is all stuff we can recustomize. With Spawn, we've only got the one, haven't we? Yeah. Not that that matters, because we're going to now play as Classic Sonic. So, keep in mind, Sonic Forces takes place after the Avenger games, after 06, after Unleashed, you know. And yeah, cowers in fear at Chaos, despite in Sonic Adventure, Tails fights Chaos 4. And this is Chaos 0, so much less powered up than the version that Tails actually fought.
Wait, what? Oh, you're that Sonic from another dimension, aren't you?
Another dimension, another point in time. Who cares what the continuity is? We can write whatever dialogue we want. So, if you've beaten Mania with all the Chaos Emeralds or have seen my streams from that, you'll remember that Sonic gets sucked into a vortex at the end of the Super Sonic final boss, and yeah, he makes a pose the same as in the Sonic Forces trailer, and obviously he comes out like a vortex here. So yeah, like the Phantom Ruby at the end of Sonic Mania, when it goes haywire, it causes him to come here. Speaking of Mania, you know how that game controlled perfectly for Classic Sonic? This is kind of the opposite. Ah yes, invisible springs, just what I always wanted. Yeah, Classic Sonic in this game controls very not well. There are some... They do appear to have attempted to make some improvements to his control since Generations, where he controlled well, but not faithfully to the originals. And that rolling does tend to give him more momentum than in Generations, sometimes. But overall, his control is very stiff. It's not as big a problem in this level, but it'll become apparent later on. Yeah, don't you like all these, you know, all these springs that automate everything for you? Oh wait, I tried to roll down a slope. But yeah, we'll see problems with Classic Sonic's control later on. Level design wise, I go back and forth, because they do often give him extra routes and stuff, but do you get to fight any of the giant Death Egg robots? Kinda, but not really. Any of these items catch anyone's fancy? So whenever we do any of the, get to these end bits, if any items do take anyone's fancy, just sort of say, and I'll go put one on. But otherwise, I won't go back into the avatar screen every time because I want to keep things moving. Put the beanie on, sure thing. But we've got a cutscene to watch.
I can taste your terror, child.
Yeah, I don't think there are any like options for trousers in this game. I mean, the Sonic Boom cartoon made a lot of jokes about how Sonic didn't want to wear trousers, so. Oh, is it Infinite he voices? I couldn't remember. I knew he voiced at least someone. I just couldn't remember.
Knuckles, can you hear me?
Rouge! It's about time. How's Sonic doing?
He's been better. They're getting ready to banish him into space.
What? You can't be serious.
Eggman's been keeping Sonic alive all this time. He's been waiting to show him his completed empire before banishing him.
So yeah, he's been tortured for months and he's about to be banished into space. Just again, keep that in mind, because normally if someone's been tortured for months and they, like, you know... why does she sound like she's trying to lure him into an alley?
Eggman got wind of
I
our rescue
don't
plan
know.
and is moving forward with his plan ahead of schedule. The clock is ticking, boss. But we don't even know
Again, I
he's
do
being
question
held.
who put Knuckles in charge,
Yes, we do.
you know,
Eggman rebuilt the Death Egg.
because of
That's
course he
where
did.
it comes
How
from.
else are we going to reuse visual sort of aesthetics from previous games?
The Death Egg? Oh man, that's not good.
Oh, Knuckles is going to say the line.
None of this is good, Vector. That's why it's called war.
Also, it's probably a bit late to say, but how is the volume?
You all know what to do. Let's go get Sonic.
I've been messing around with OBS earlier, so I don't know if the volumes are alright or not. Missions! Yeah, I don't care. Right, and we're actually an Avatar level next, so yeah. We'll go put on that beanie. It's going to completely obscure the ears, but we know it's meant to be a rabbit. Seems fine to you? Cool. No, still no other Wispons. I will show off other weapons throughout the game, but got to unlock them first.
Listen up, rookie. Our
Hi,
other
Prison
forces are
Hall.
busy dealing with enemies. It looks like you took the best route. It's up to you
Oh,
to
yeah.
save Sonic now.
So yeah, in Sonic Unleashed and Generations, Sonic has a drift move. In this game, he does not have the drift, but the Avatar can drift in certain preset locations, because, you know, that's what you want to do. Also, yeah, okay, so a problem this game has with its control. See if I can get a little bit of space to do a run up. So yeah, most games you accelerate smoothly when you're like going from like standing still to like max speed. Sonic Forces kind of has you lurch forwards at you snap into a higher speed after you run for a little bit. I don't know how noticeable it is when you watch it, but it's very noticeable when you play. It's very unnatural. It feels like they based the movement code off of like Lost World or something.
Nothing in this room either.
We're still trying to fight our way out. They've got us pinned down.
So yeah, just another one of the several things that I don't really like about this game. You know, the control just often feels quite awkward.
Appears that many of our brethren were held here.
One more thing Eggman will answer for.
Also, who wants to skip half the level? I do. Oh. There was a red ring there, probably.
They're on high alert now.
I sense Sonic's presence. He's close.
Yeah, we have a little quick subsection here. Pretty similar to what we might see in, say, Planet Wisp, or possibly some sections exactly like that in Unleashed as well. I think one of the optional levels in Unleashed has a similar feel. Well, they're much more challenging because for the optional levels in Sonic Unleashed, they decided that the best way to make challenging levels is to make them annoyingly difficult, like annoying, like cheap difficulty. Oh, we only got 4 items. No, okay, there's a 5th item. Oh, more missions. Oh, yeah, you can like spend like half. You can probably spend like sometimes half as much time watching the rewards pop it like come in as you do actually playing the stage. That's how short the levels can be sometimes. Right, here we go. First boss fight versus Zavok. Everyone's favourite.
The end, Sonic.
So yeah, Sonic.
Sounds like the party started.
He's been
What's
tortured
the
for
way
months,
in?
apparently.
No, of course not. You hate fun. Whoa.
Yeah, he's about as snarky as ever.
Let's see you try something now that I'm free.
Foolish hedgehog. Getting out of your chains does not make you free. Now, come
So yeah,
face
why
the
is Zavok
reality.
back? Who knows? Probably so they could
Never
reuse
was
the
worried
assets,
about
I don't
my
know.
butt kicking your butt.
So yeah, he's just as, you know, cocky and wisecracking as ever, despite apparently having been tortured for months. So yeah, Zavok on his iconic giant wasp thing. This bears no resemblance to his Sonic Lost World fight.
Come out and fight me yourself and I'll mop you up real quick.
So yeah, this boss
I'm going
fight.
to savor watching you suffer.
Not only is it just not the most interesting thing, but this boss fight also kind of goes against what you might think of with most boss fight designs. Because you see, he has an attack where he slams into the ground. Most of the time, with those kinds of attacks, there's like a shockwave and you want to jump over it or whatever. Not in this game, you have to stand on the floor and let him fling you in the air. Also, the homing attack doesn't work unless you're already facing the direction the enemy was before you jump in the air. Because apparently, sort of directional input in the air is not really a thing in this game. So yeah, dodge the attacks.
No matter. Crushing will be all the more satisfying.
Dodge the attacks, defeat the little bee enemies, or wasp enemies, whatever they are. And then launch you to do some homing attacks on them. Easy as. Also, I don't know if it bothers anyone else, but like, the health bar for the boss is really like low down the screen. Like, I kind of just want to grab it and like shove it to the top of the screen, rather than where it is now. Oh, and I'm gonna have to wait for him to do the whole pattern again, aren't I? I've complained before about bosses that do this, but yeah, let's just say it applies here. There we go. And for the final few hits, Sonic just punches him.
No! How could I lose to the likes of you again?
That was a blast. Bring some chili dogs next time.
And yeah, he's kind of yeah, sits there for I feel like a few seconds more than he really should. Right, I'm gonna I don't know why they thought that. Yeah, like, because when you jump, like your double jump doesn't, even if you're going another direction, your double jump doesn't even change. Eh. A bow tie. We've heard that
It's
sound effect
sound
before.
again.
We played Sonic Mania.
It's not time for thinking. It's time for running.
But of course, we have to go to the world map first. At least we can jump right in. So this is Egg Gate, a level that,
Yes,
if it was longer, it'd probably be actually quite fun.
goodbye.
excuse the stuttering. Sonic Forces doesn't like to run properly a lot of the time. But yeah, this level, I think, is actually pretty decent for the short runtime it has. Oh, you've got your different routes and stuff. You know, it has some different routes. It has some decent platforming. And like aesthetically, I think it's actually pretty decent. It's just, much like a lot of Sonic Forces levels, it's over too quickly.
But they had me locked up on the death end. This big ball of scrap just won't stay destroyed. I'll be out of here in no time, though. Just wait and see, Eggman.
Right. Get some rings.
So, what's my move? It's not like I can
Oh.
swim out into space. I know. I'll just grab a shuttle. The one I came in on must be around here somewhere. I could do with a little space cruise on my way home.
So yeah, you know, you had some 2D sections with some fun, with some like, you know, decently fun fast platforming, and some outdoor 3D and like an outdoor 3D bit. But that's kind of the end of the level. Now we just get to do some quick time events.
A lot of firepower. Still, it doesn't matter if they can't land their shots. Here goes nothing.
Also, yeah, I think the game likes to stutter between every one of these. I don't think that's a problem on the console version. I think that's just the PC version. Hey, Sam. Did I have fun? Kinda. Again, it's just over way too quickly. I think this level. Like, it's like it sets you up for like more of a fun time, but then like just kind of, you know, leaves you hanging. But yeah, I presume the stuttering on the quick time event isn't an issue on the console versions. I presume that's a PC specific issue. I wouldn't be surprised if Denuvo was to blame. Oh yeah, so Sam, just to bring you up to speed on how we're handling the avatar. If you see any like customization bits in these reward bits, just like say, and we'll potentially be able to put them on. Is S the highest? Yeah, S is the highest rank. Ooh, we got a different mask. Yeah, Sonic Rush introduced to the S rank to the Sonic series.
Easy there. Everything's cool. Are you here to rescue me? Can't tell you how much I appreciate it. It's been a while since
Yeah,
I've
they're
seen
here
you.
to rescue Sonic, but Sonic
Okay,
kind
yes.
of...
We take
Sure.
satisfactory.
Ask how I am. Amy? Is there an exit around here? Your concern is touching, Knuckles.
So yeah, they come to rescue Sonic, but then Sonic ends up rescuing them anyway.
Sonic, finding you alive is the best news we've had in months. And here's the bad news. Our intel indicates Eggman's got a weapons factory in Green Hill, pumping out munitions for his war effort.
A factory? We can't take out Eggman's home base in Metropolis. because
Another
that
previous
factory is
location.
him.
Wow.
No kidding. Look,
Sonic was gone for like 30 minutes a game.
We're spread thin.
Yeah.
You take care of this? We need that factory in Green Hill destroyed. Take the rookie with you.
You sure about this? The kid was shaking like a leaf the whole time we were at the Death Egg.
That's because it's cold in space. The factory is nice and warm.
Factory probably isn't very warm because there's a lot of metal surfaces and like probably no real heating in there.
It will be when it's burnt to the ground. Sonic, you take the lead. Rookie, just make sure you take good notes.
I got 6 months of payback I'm just dying to spend. This sounds like a good start.
Right. So yeah, I'm gonna switch over to the Lightning West bomb that I just unlocked to show that off. I do plan on burning a metal building. But yeah. Oh, we could put on football helmet. So yeah, to show you what we have currently as well, since you just arrived here, Sam, we've got Joker's mask from Persona 5, a beanie, a mask, Sonic t-shirt, Monkey Ball, like monkey hands, like Eye from Monkey Ball's hands, and Knight's shoes. But yeah, up next is Arsenal Pyramid, one of the tag team stages. So, it's kind of like Sonic Heroes Light, in that you're controlling two characters at once. Yeah, but because Sonic and the Avatar play so similarly, it's basically just a case of they swap when you do their specific actions. Oh, the frozen animation.
Team up. It doesn't matter what obstacles they put in our
And these have the double boost.
everything they throw at us.
Also, that is as much as we hear of that music track in game. Less than 20 seconds, because of how quickly you get through that section.
Yeah, that's how it's done. We've got unstoppable speed and timing. Just have to
Shame, because I do like the outside music for Arsenal Pyramid.
keep our way in.
You should be able to get into the factory through there. Stay alert.
I like the inside track as well, but
Fun.
I do prefer the outside. I think I like the outside track a bit more. Lore-wise, how's the Avatar versus Sonic? Good question, and I don't think they want you to answer. But yeah, so this is the Lightning Wisp on. It's like a whip that takes you forwards, and its wisp power is basically the Lightspeed Dash. Which in this level basically lets you skip half of the level. Because, you know, why would you want to play the level in your Sonic game? You know. I've forgotten just how much of the level you can skip with the Lightning Wisp, to be honest. Yeah, we skipped most of the level, including most of the opportunities to get rid rings. Into playlist forces, so it's a good thing. Yeah, the tag team levels, they're okay. That level's actually a fair bit longer if you actually play it. It's one of the few levels in the game that actually, like, has a bit of length to it. Again, if you actually play it, instead of skipping half of it like I did. Oh, Crocs. I forgot this game had Crocs. Should we put on some Crocs? Can't listen to that with Eric Gangnam Style in the background.
Something is attacking inside the Mystic Jungle. Silver is fighting him, or it, or whatever. Just hurry!
Guys, it's him!
I'm looking forward to a second round with this guy.
Right, yeah, let's, I'm gonna... So yeah, as well as the actual weapons itself, you also get ones with different abilities and whatever. So, yeah, we'll go for this one just because it adds a few things on the lightning one. I didn't get to use the lightning one much, so... Yeah, where's footwear? There we go. The best fashion. Because the first round went so well. Oh. Right, it is Luminous Forest. You know, I was talking about Straight Line, the zone. Classic Sonic beats Chaos, but do you actually get to fight him? Given my monotone delivery of, I'm sure we get to fight all these characters earlier, what do you think? Also, yeah, you know what I said about Straight Line Zone earlier? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to go on the upper path. Oh no. The game actually expected me to jump there. Wow. Let's get back to the top path. Oh, that's fine, I got another red ring. They brought back a fan favorite villain, then let you fight Zavok. Oh. So yeah, this section is again kind of straight line, although to give it some amount of credit, you can get off the path and go these little automated side routes. Although they are completely automated. I wasn't really touching the controller for most of that.
You've done plenty. Great job.
Located that unknown enemy. They're in the ruins up ahead.
Oh, I missed the red ring. Oh well.
Everyone's efforts weren't in vain.
Unidentified life form on
You can leave the straight line onto an even straighter line, basically.
I guess all the
I think if you fail that quick time event, Sonic gets eaten by the snake.
without a fight. You're so gonna regret that. Hedgehogs don't make good snacks.
But not eating his snake in a way that lets him escape like this time does. I think. I don't know, never failed it. It's a very easy. These are very easy quick time events. Oh look, another S rank. What a surprise. It's the gamer hat. Oh yeah, they remembered Chow existed in this game, kind of. It kind of does yeah, the level lengths kind of do contrast. Like, I'd say Heroes in 06 probably have like the longest level lengths in the series overall. But over 06, the loading times definitely, you know, do add on. But yeah. Next boss versus Infinite.
Part of my agenda, but I'm always happy to crush a hero. It keeps the rabble in line, shows them that there is no hope.
Does anyone but you believe your lies? Huh.
See,
Time to tag out, Silver. I got it from here.
well, look who's back.
Ah, it's Infinite's theme song. We never get to hear it in full in the game, but it is delightfully, like, ridiculous. Like, I can't really take it seriously, but I do,
Ran all the way over
I do
here.
love his,
You haven't left an impression.
I do love Infinite's theme song, because it's, like, really stupid. It's, like, stupidly, like, overly, like, I don't know whether we call it edgy, but it's like,
See, Infinite? Now we're
you
getting
know.
to know each other. So, what's your favorite color? Do you like long romantic walks on the beach? What's the source of your power? You can skip the first two questions if you like.
The source of my power is none of your concern.
Sorry.
yeah, over the top.
Just
That's
share
yeah.
power with me. I insist.
You're insisting.
I think if
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
if things were, you know, written better, I think Infinite does have potential to be a good, you know, an interesting, fun villain. And like design-wise, I think he's actually got a pretty decent design for a Sonic villain as well.
Still thrashing around.
Yeah. You remember those tube bits in Sonic Lost World?
Seen a hedgehog before? Come on, I'll show you my spines.
So yeah, with this you want to avoid the red cube things because it'll like take you to like a negative zone whatever thing that makes it like easier to get hit by stuff because there's like more obstacles or whatever. Oh, yeah, like that. Oh, yeah, the Shadow Realm. I can't bother to retry. Actually, no, I'll try for a better rank, I guess. So thanks for not letting me skip this intro game.
Still thrashing around.
But yeah, these kind of do play. This kind of does play like the tube sections from Lost World, like the auto-runny tube sections. But then also like he makes clones of himself, and that reminds me of the Mephiles fights.
More fighting than the other rabble. Let's see how many seconds you last.
Payback time at last.
Oh. So I think this is meant to be like the same snake from earlier, or at least like Infinite messing around with like reality to make the snake longer or something. What happened there? I went to homing attack him. Oh, and then I ran out of road. Well, I think to get the final, yeah, you can keep hitting him here, but to get the final hit on him, I think you have to like get to the end of the snake and do the like homing attack chain thing on him. Yeah, it doesn't do any more damage to him or whatever. So yeah, you gotta do this section to get the final hit for whatever reason.
Impossible. Your abilities exceed.
I do enjoy how he has his like he has his own logo, or he has like an Infinity logo on the bottom of his shoes.
I will teach you to hold that tongue next time. You can count on it.
He made a brand deal with Eggman. Ooh, the blue hammer. So yeah, do we put the gamer hat on? Because we did get that earlier. The ridiculous, stupid gamer hat.
Well, you've improved since the last time.
Put the Chow backpack on. I can do that.
As I predicted, you're not even worth the effort to finish off.
You know, if you did decide that Sonic was worth the effort to finish off, him and Eggman probably would have won. Yeah, Eggman probably would have won if Infinite didn't just decide like, oh, you're not worth finishing off, because, you know, it's Sonic. So yeah. I'm gonna use the hammer actually. I know we didn't really get to see much of the lightning wisp, but I don't really like using it. It's probably gonna be in body, is it? Yeah. Yeah, do we put the gamer hat on? Eggman does not speak his evil partner as well. Yeah, do we have the gamer hat? Also, since we haven't got a t-shirt on, we can put body wear on. We can make the character look insane, or we can make them look like they played Splatoon, or give them scales, or whatever that is. I'm gonna keep this normal, I think, though, because, yeah. Well, it's my favorite level.
Sonic.
Green Hill, Green
Well,
Hill.
I mean this world, Sonic. And Eggman's monster got him. But you're here now. It's like the world needs a Sonic. Any Sonic to keep things in balance. If we defeat Eggman, this war will be over. And if we can figure out the secret to his power, maybe we can get you home. Hey, the sensor is picking up Eggman. Let's hurry.
Right, stage 10, Green Hill, Green Hill.
We've got to find Eggman quick. Let's see. The reading I picked up was through this way. This area is still relatively undamaged. The enemy is here somewhere. You better be on your guard, Sonic.
Oh, fell down. I really needed that invisible spring there. I really needed that invisible spring there. Oh. Surprised there wasn't one there. Surprised there wasn't one there. Right. Also, do you remember in Sonic Generations where the camera angle would like change, like be a bit dynamic? Yeah, that never happens in a classic Sonic level here.
Strange. I see desert over there. This is Green Hill, right? Something is wrong.
Yep. Yeah, you do have, you know, power-ups. Not that the speed shoes ever last very long.
Be careful, Sonic.
Yeah, that was Green Hill. Green Hill. Anakin's least favorite Green Hill. I suppose, yeah. I can't remember what level's next. Oh good, a boss fight.
And with that, the disposal of the Phantom Ruby prototypes is complete.
It was a defective model. It could only record the DNA of the one
I think in Generations it worked, like him not talking, but like it is a bit weird in this game.
Down in Mystic Jungle. Which reminds me, didn't you run into Sonic there after he escaped?
Yes, but he was powerless against me. There is no need for concern.
You let the hedgehog live? That is a great source of concern.
For you, perhaps. He has beaten you for decades, yet I defeated him in our first encounter.
Phantom Ruby prototypes, and Sonic is alive?
What is it?
Nothing.
So yeah, you know how
The plan.
in Sonic Mania the Phantom Ruby was something they found like buried in Angel Island?
Nothing but ashes from which a glorious Eggman
Yeah.
will rise.
In this game,
And the
it's like
resistance will yield
it's
to
implied that it's something that Eggman made.
all will submit.
But sometimes Infinite Or acts like it's his own like innate power as well. It's very confusing. All this continuity. The problem is, this, you know, with Forces, they, you know, they're trying to tie it into Mania. But by trying to tie it into Mania, they just make it more confusing. Also, look, it's the Green Hill Zone boss. You like the Green Hill Zone boss, right? Nostalgia. Whoops. But look, it's nostalgia. Like, you like Green Hill Zone.
Exceeds even my expectations.
Oh,
My own genius scares me sometimes.
there we go.
Museum is calculated. That's a failure in my book.
Oh look, it's the Egg Dragoon again. What significance does this have? None really.
You understand.
Oh, I missed with all of those. What you're meant to do is knock those back at him, but I kind of missed with all of them. There we go.
A lot of nerve for a pint-sized Sonic from another dimension. Still, this Egg Dragoon has only lost 10% of its power.
Salvage Panzering works so well with Sonic 4.
Won't have to wait long to find out.
But yeah, the Egg Dragoon here kind of does almost, it like has very little to do with the what it could do in Unleashed and even Generations. But yeah, like once again, this is the third time this thing has, this is like this, well, I suppose third time it's been fought, but the second time it's come back.
I'll round up the entire resistance. Sooner or later. Just you wait.
Look at the Asteroid Wisp as well. Well, we haven't had the chance to try the blue one yet, so we'll stick with the blue one.
We did it!
Look at you, fighting like you've got a chance to win. It's adorable. Almost makes me feel bad that we're never
He's
going
put those
to
sunglasses on.
dance again. In just 3
Sure,
short days,
we'll
my plan will eliminate the
we'll pop into
bothers
the
of
avatar
life.
menu before we next play as him.
If I told you, it wouldn't be a surprise. You know what they say, the anticipation of the end is worse than the end itself. Maybe not in this case, though.
Also, yeah, 3 days. I don't know if that's intentionally a Sonic Heroes reference or not. Well, actually got an avatar level up next, so yeah, let's see. Yeah, we'll stick with the blue one. The blue one's a bit slow, but we'll show it off. Sunglasses. Which ones were which sunglasses were they? I can't remember which ones were the ones I just unlocked. I've already forgotten. Was it these ones? Or was it these ones? I think it was these ones. At least I think I unlocked those ones earlier. Yeah, top right. Also, I won't put it on, but the shoes I just unlocked. That's the Japanese Mega Drive logo, which which I thought was interesting. Yeah, Park Avenue.
Army has broken through. They're in the city. We need to get these people out of here.
Who can we send? Sonic and Silver need time to heal.
We've engaged enemy forces at Seaside Hill. We can't spare anyone.
This is the 8th unit. We're pinned down under heavy enemy fire.
Man, looks like I've got no choice. Okay, rookie, I've got a tough one for you. I need you to head back to the city and save those civilians.
Right, so we get to play as the Avatar again. And this time we're wielding the blue the hammer.
We're engaging enemy forces.
So yeah, the hammer,
For civilians right now.
yeah, turns nearby grounded enemies into cubes.
Rescue is in your hands.
It's a bit slow, but you do get rings for every enemy that you defeat like that. There is a particular one with like a particular set of abilities that is quite good for farming rings in Arsenal Pyramid. Oh.
Might be too much for the rookie to handle. Still, can't just ignore him. You got this, right, rookie?
Yeah, it's a bit slow, so yeah, it's not really the most optimal weapon. Oh yeah, the cube one. It lets you do this. Can I even get up there in time? No. Cool. Maybe you can if you're quicker than me.
You really showed him who's boss.
Come on! How am I gonna top that?
Oh. Oh. There we go. So you can walk through them as well. Mainly really useful for 2D sections. If you're in a 3D section, they're kind of surrounding you. It's easier just to press the button again.
We secured an escape route, so there's a safe way out.
Thanks to the rookie, things are turning around. Let's keep this momentum going.
I don't know how I'm meant to get back. How was I meant to get back there? Hold on. Okay, maybe like that, I guess. That's a bit unintuitive. Can I? No, I don't think I can. I'm thinking of a different version of this level. Nope. Oh, I missed that. Oh well. So yeah, I will say the Avatar levels are probably my favourite in the game. They feel like they tend to just feature a little more to them, and I do find the Avatar overall a bit more fun to play at. Like decently fun to play as with the different weapons you can get. I think the Avatar is the best part of the game overall.
Mission complete. Well done, everyone.
Like I find them to have the most fun levels, and the customization is genuinely pretty decent for what it is. Like it's nice that a game this recent doesn't lock character customization stuff behind like microtransactions. It is all built in, aside from the few DLC ones, but all the DLCs are free. I mean, some of them are pre-order ones, I think. I think they're pre-order ones on console, but at least on Steam they are free. Yeah, the hands. If you're talking about the current hands anyway. Yeah, they are a bit uncanny. It's not even human hands, they're from they're Ai-Ai's hands from Super Monkey Ball.
That was impressive, but we still have a lot to do.
Great job! I knew you could do it if you believed in yourself.
Nice moves. But if you hog all the glory, how am I gonna look good?
Oh boy, more classic Sonic.
Sonic's alive! I think I used up all my wishes for the rest of my life, but it's worth it.
Why are wisps in this game? Don't think about it. Is the answer the game wants you to
Whatever his plan is.
wants to present to you?
Eggman said something about Sonic being in Mystic Jungle.
So it's a Sonic game. We gotta have a casino night-based level.
According to what I overheard, Sonic should be here. It feels weird asking you to look for Sonic, but we're counting on it.
So who enjoys really awkward pinball physics?
Fun, but this is no time for games. We have to hurry.
And why can't I get any speed going to the right? There we go. Also note the speed that I got through that section was entirely down to a speed booster. Oh. Like how there's like a quarter pipe section there, as if you might get enough speed to like go around it with physics like you would in the classic games.
Might be closer to
that doesn't happen in this game. Look how slow he runs down that slope. For some reason, they decided that people liked the speed cap from Sonic 1, and you know, gave Sonic the speed cap again. So yeah, without speed boosters or rolling, Sonic doesn't run very fast down slopes.
I think he is somewhere near here. I doubt Sonic would sit still for long.
Yeah, also like half the red, I think like some of the red rings are on the lower route in that level. Also, yeah, some of the clothes in this game are like other characters' clothes, but like recolored, or sometimes even in the original color. I don't know why they did it, but it's like neat that you could like. I guess it's to let your character cosplay as actual Sonic characters. Oh boy, it's Aqua Road. I'm gonna switch weapons. We'll go for Asteroid because I haven't shown that one off yet. I don't think it was anything. I can have tails. I don't really like the bodysuits. I think they all look quite awkward.
The system is picking up a couple of strange readings. They're coming from the laboratory. The one where Sonic fought Infinite.
It's probably another of Eggman's robots.
Life readings. 2 of them. Definitely not.
I wonder who they could be.
Hey, Rookie, go to the lab and check it out.
So here we got Aqua Road. It's a shame about this level because I love the music. The music track here is one of my favorites in the game.
They aren't robots. What are they?
I love this level's theme, but this level involves water slides. Water slides that bounce you around a lot. It's very easy to lose control.
This place is enough to make anyone dizzy. It might be better just to go with the flow.
Yeah, getting the red rings and other collectibles on this is not the most fun thing in the world. I've already missed a red ring, what?
They sure went to a lot of trouble to make this lab hard to find.
They must be doing experiments they don't want people to know about.
I can't remember what. Oh, right, that's what it does.
Well, look at you, Rookie. Having fun in the water?
What? Jealous you can't play on the
Oh,
slide?
no, I guess I'm not going down the middle one.
Time to lose focus, that's all. Be sure to give it all you got, Rookie.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to fly off these, like I almost did there.
The readings are really close now. Reinforcements will arrive soon, so meet up with them.
Oh, and that's the level. Good level, guys. Oh, 3D glasses. I forgot those are in the game. We've really spent as much time looking at these rewards than we have actually playing the level.
Are you kidding? Who built this Kalunka? Just shoot it!
Welcome back. It's that thing that ominously dropped in an earlier cutscene.
I was so worried.
Oh, we got another one of the iconic Sonic Forces lines coming up.
Perfectly fine. It's been generations since I seen you. You okay?
Yeah,
Good news is you're safe.
I get what they were going for, but like, it doesn't work.
Destroy us all in 3 days.
Like,
3 days.
it's not a phrase that people say.
Can happen in no time.
It's not a phrase that people say, so it just doesn't work as a reference because it just comes across as Sonic talking nonsense. Oh, we've taken back some of the world. Oh, secret stage, Fire Cannon 1. Surprised there is a long time no see. I'm trying to think if they do have long time no see in this game or not. Can't remember. Oh, let's have a go at the secret level, Fire Cannon 1. I think secret levels, I think, are just story progress, but there are extra levels as well, which I think are what you get for red rings, like for collecting like red rings and stuff. So yeah, these are just levels in existing locations, usually almost always 2D levels, focusing around some kind of gimmick. I mean, in this case, all these fire things. I have played all these levels. I have, aside from getting all of the achievement, like the Steam achievements, I have 100%ed this game before for some reason. Partly because it's quite easy to 100%. That was somehow an S rank, okay. Right, so on to stage 15, Sunset Heights. Just enjoying the music, then it ended in 30 seconds. So, there are 30 stages in this game. We're at stage 15.
Eggman said when the plan is completed, we'll all be wiped out.
Well, I don't like the sound of that. Normally, I just laugh at an Eggman plan. He's already conquered most of the world, so what's this plan of his?
Hey, I hate to butt in on your important meeting, but we're under attack. Shadow is tearing through our
What's a speedrun look like for this? I have no idea, actually. I've never really looked into Sonic Forces speedruns.
Fighting for Eggman.
5 minutes. I know when the game came out, some people were like getting the game, beating it, and like beating it within 2 hours and getting a refund on Steam. Well, these people were joking about that. I don't know if they actually did, but I could see it. I could see people beating it in like a beat. Why is Shadow on Eggman's side? We'll see.
Whatever it is, I'll figure it out.
We'll see. So this is Sunset Heights. This is the first level that was ever shown off for the game. Back in when they were doing all the like marketing and stuff. And actually, I think it's a decent level.
What the heck? A whole army of dead robots?
Sonic, we can keep them in
This is probably the level I played the most out of the modern Sonic levels.
shadow and be back in no time.
Also, notice how the level design is very similar to what we played in Park Avenue.
That's a lot, right? Way more than we can reasonably take on.
A plot point that gets explained, kinda. Red ring, on the red ring.
Listen up! Shadow has been sighted. Apparently, he's traveling above the city at high speed.
Also, notice how Sonic can't go fast enough in this 2D section to have his arms out behind him. Notice how I'm stomping on the platforms to land on them properly because the control in this game is not the best. Oh, I've run out of boost. Oh, I missed the thing. There we go.
The last sighting was just up ahead. Be careful, Sonic.
So when this level was first like shown off, I was like, because obviously all the marketing has showed this like city area, and this is the first level they showed off. I and many others thought, oh, it's a bit short, but it's probably the first level. That's fine for a first level. This is halfway through the game. Quite literally halfway through the game, since there are 30 levels, including boss fights. Like, yeah, I think, level design wise, yeah, that would be decent as a first level. It's like not too long, it has 3D and 2D, and like, lets you get used to some of the mechanics and stuff. But it's halfway through the game. So like forces us to rush the game to meet a deadline. It does feel like a lot, because I think a lot of the development time on the game was spent on engine work. Oh, I got unlocked an advanced stage. Wow.
All right, Shadow, what's the deal?
Chaos control.
Also, I don't know why Sonic just braces himself to get hit instead of actually fighting back.
Another Shadow?
It's that sound again.
Disappeared.
That was a fake.
A fake? How?
If I was writing that scene, I probably would have made like a reference to like Faker in the dialogue.
Virtual reality projections. They have mass and form, but no heart and soul.
So yes, that is. So yeah, that is. Yeah, the returning enemies, including Shadow. Yeah, they weren't the actual things. They were sort of copies made by Infinite. My controller disconnected and now the game's not picking up.
Virtual reality? So
Controller.
all those familiar faces that were part of Eggman's army.
Oh cool, the game's now not picking up my controller. You know how most games work fine if you like unplug and replug the controller?
Replicas.
There we go.
The problem is, they may not be real, but their power.
So yeah, Chaos, Zavok, Shadow. Yeah, they're all clones by Infinite.
According to Rouge, Infinite can create unlimited numbers of them.
And so yeah, we've seen 3 of the ones we saw earlier. We've seen Shadow, we've seen Chaos, we've seen Zavok. We have fought one of them.
As it stands,
Classic Sonic
no way
boops
to win this.
boops Chaos in a cutscene, and the real Shadow defeats this fake one in a cutscene.
Of course we can win this. We always do. We just haven't figured that part out yet.
Yeah. Right. So, I think now is as good a time as any to head on over to Episode Shadow, a DLC that they made for the game, which is free and released at the same time as the game. So why it wasn't just built into the game, I have no idea why it's DLC. Because it's not like it was paid for, it's not like, it's not paid content, it's not a pre-order bonus, it didn't release at a later date, came out the same time as the game. Why is it a DLC? Yeah, we recommend playing through some of the main scenario before playing Episode Shadow. And yeah, After Sunset Heights is kind of the point where it makes sense to play Episode Shadow. So yeah, it's a little prequel.
Shadow, we've got a report from the Intelligence Division. They've located an unknown base of operations that seems to be totally outside the chain of command for Eggman's army.
I don't know if they made it between finishing the game and its shipping, but all I know is that it released the exact same time as the game.
There's a large-scale troop presence. Suspiciously large for a place with no strategic value.
I can't imagine the doctor would do something like that without reason.
No kidding. And there's a rumor going around that old rotten Eggman has been developing some kind of new weapon. So...
Yeah. Looks like this won't be your garden variety recon mission.
Also, if you played Shadow the Hedgehog, you might recognize the music playing in the background. This is like a remix of Shadow the Hedgehog's menu theme, mixed in with the Force's main theme.
Do it to it, Shadow. Omega went on ahead of you, so you can link up with him on site.
I'm more than enough on my own. I'll handle things my way.
Omega said the same thing. You two go together like chili and hot dogs.
Cut the chatter. I'm on my way.
Right, so level 1, enemy territory. So episode Shadow, the levels are not new levels, they are remixes of the existing levels.
That area is enemy territory.
But we get to play as Shadow. He plays almost identically to Sonic, but, you know, I mean he always did anyway, so it's not really an issue. It's neat to see Shadow playable again though, after, you know, I mean 06 was the last main series game that he was playable in.
You should have known better than to send Omega on and off like this.
Oh. Well, that conversation has so much tension. Who knows? But yeah. These versions of the levels do tend... They're probably... I would say they are kind of like hard mode remixes, I guess.
Omega, what's going on? Respond.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me too much if they did kind of like make it sort of very quickly. The levels do kind of feel very thrown together. I mean, look at this level construction. It is literally boxes.
This is E123 Omega. All sensors offline. Damage to parietal lobe region. Casualty report. Rouge fallen. Shadow to be eliminated. Omega, what happened? What's going on over there? Unidentified system intrusion. Emergency withdrawal. I am E123 Omega. The most powerful.
So yeah, something's going on with Omega. Oh. I don't remember who voices Omega. Oh, I've fallen. Oh. Guess I'm not getting that last red ring in. I mean, I probably prefer his older voice, although this is still leagues better than whatever they did to his voice in 06. Like, if you remember his 06 voice, where it was just like generic robot, you're like, I don't get what they did there. Like, the direction for his voice in 06 was all sorts of wrong. Especially given that it's not the voice cast king sort of choice, because they replicated his voice in you know, in Shadow the Hedgehog, I believe.
As I suspected, this power is without peer. It is the ultimate strength. And still more wonderful. A not so tall, dark, and brooding guest has arrived.
Gasp! How does he know Shadow?
Tell me what you did to Omega.
Weaklings like him are of no consequence. Come now, Shadow.
So yeah, this is a prequel focused on, really, it's meant to focus on Infinite's backstory.
And the only thing of no consequence around here is that big mouth of yours.
It's obviously Memphis, Tennessee reborn. I mean, people did like, before the game came out, people did sort of like speculate if he was related at all to Mephiles.
I am Infinite. You say you do not know me, and yet I remember.
Actually,
so very well.
speaking of Mephiles, This is actually kind of similar to in Sonic 06, in the first time that we see the first time that Shadow sees Mephiles. Mephiles knows him, but Shadow doesn't know him. Obviously, in 06 is due to time travel shenanigans. In here, it's you know, yeah, it's just like due to him not recognizing Infinite. But that's actually another similarity I've never thought about before. Oh, is this the scene? Or do we need to do a level before we see the scene? Oh, I think we got to do the level first. Eggman's facility. Also, notice the level theme was a remix of. I think it was a combination of Radical Highway and Vestopolis, and then we got a remix of one of Shadow's SA2 levels. So yeah, we get to play more water slides. Joy. So yeah, this is a remix of music-wise. This is a remix of the White Jungle level theme from Sonic Adventure 2. Not that you can really hear it, you know, underneath all of the water. Flashback within a flashback? I guess it kind of is, so... Oh! These water slides. Maybe I'll go on a different slide.
The analysis of the stone was completed yesterday, but no, I still can't let this facility be destroyed. Is there anyone left out there?
Seems like this place is important. No wonder the Cannon Father has been putting up a fight.
Oh, I didn't go high enough to get the final red ring. What a shame. Also, I probably talked about this before, but yeah, just I won't be bothering, but yeah, out of curiosity, if you get all the red rings in a level, you unlock the number rings. If you get all the number rings in a level, you unlock the silver rings. If you get all the silver rings in a level, you get nothing.
Yeah, I got it. You destroyed my squad.
But yeah, let's not dwell on that for now. We've got a cutscene here. So these moves here are actually a reference to the, I think it's the opening movie of Shadow the Hedgehog. So, you know, neat reference, but, you know.
Worthless. Don't show your pathetic face around me ever again.
I'm shaking. Me. Afraid.
So yeah, this is one of the infamous line readings.
He's calling me weak. No, I am not weak. I'm not. I'm not weak. I am not weak.
I'm not weak. Rah. And yeah, he that is why he that is kind of why he wears a mask.
I let go of the old me, the one that was so weak.
So yeah, remember the beginning of the game where it's like it's implied that Eggman made Infinite, but now here it's like Infinite's like it's like saying it's like implied that Infinite took on the power himself. Gotta love when significant plot points are like at least implied to be contradictory to each other. I mean, if you could read between lines and be like, oh, maybe like Infinite like gave himself to be like a test subject for Eggman's thing, and so Eggman created the stuff that powers him now. I don't know, but that's giving a lot of benefit of the doubt to the game because it doesn't mention that at all.
It simply means that the old me was too weak, too pathetic to remember. And now you become nothing more than an insect, waiting to be crushed underfoot. Thanks to this limitless power I've obtained, I have become unstoppable. Take this!
Right, and final level of episode Shadow. Yeah, it's not a very long, campaign. Episode Shadow. It is only 3 levels long.
Shadow?
But we have a remix of Supporting Me, the BioLizard boss theme.
That guy. What happened to Infinite?
Huh? What are you mumbling about, Shadow? You okay? Anybody home? We're going to pick up Omega. He was destroyed 3 months ago, remember? Get it together.
Also, yeah, something that's really annoying about this game, the stomp sound effect, it plays like the sort of sound of like the impact of hitting the ground. It plays that straight away, so even if you're like doing like a really long stomp, you hear that like at the start of the stomp. It's really aggravating once you notice it. Like, I don't quite know how they made that mistake.
This is where Omega was destroyed. But there's no sign of him here.
Sure seems that way. Probably because it never really happened.
What?
Affirmative. I have never known that
So yeah, Infinite's now just like messing with Shadow.
I am not weak. I am not weak. I am not weak.
What is this?
Oh. Oh, I went too quick. The Shadow control the exact same as Sonic with no differences. He is exactly the same. No differences whatsoever. No, I don't want to homing attack, I wanted the double jump. This is probably why Frontiers puts the homing attack on a different button. Well, that and just the overall bigger focus on combat in that game. But yeah, Shadow controls exactly the same as Sonic. You can actually play as him in the main levels once you've like beaten the level once. And I believe it actually strips out some of the key to the quick time events, so yeah. So yeah, gameplay wise, that was episode Shadow.
Where?
I mean, there's a bit more radio chatter to do.
No. Is this an illusion?
This is reality, Shadow. Your reality. I didn't expect to see you come back alive, but you must admit, it was a truly wonderful show, wasn't it? This power, before we've even tuned it, just as I thought, it is unrivaled. Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
Indeed. Alright, you've made your point, Infinite.
Sonic? What are you plotting?
Explosions, apparently.
What is this? Stop! Where do you think you're going, Infinite?
I do wonder if they'll ever like make another Shadow-focused game. Because, like, I mean, as much as you know, the 2005 game is what it is, I think a game focusing on Shadow would be interesting.
Shadow? Shadow! Finally, the connection's back. What are you doing?
Rouge?
Forget it. Get away from there as soon as you can. There are explosions going off all over. The facility's about to collapse.
Withdrawing now. What's the meaning of all this?
The meaning is the facility's being blown up. I don't really think there's a deeper meaning to the explosions. And that's the end of episode or nearly the end of episode Shadow. Okay.
What's the point of lying about it? Eggman got a beat on Sonic and mounted a massive assault. I mean, sure, A for effort, but it's nothing to worry about. We've got the advantage now. Sonic is there too, so I don't think it's a big enough deal for you to head out.
Not even Sonic will be able to stand against me now.
I can't imagine the Doctor would do something like that without...
Shadow!
Immediately, we were just like, oh, nothing to worry about, and now she's immediately like, this is not good. Oh, skip past the thing. Oh well. Wait, is this just replaying the same scene?
Is everyone okay?
We are thanks to you. Cutting it kind of close though, pal.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I roll.
Is this just playing the same cutscene as earlier?
It will be yours.
I can't remember. I forgot they did this.
Power of my ultimate masterpiece.
Like, is it edited at all? I can't remember.
Huh? Shadow, it's you? Zavok! Metal! Chaos!
I'm hoping if this is the exact same cutscene we used, I hope it is just using the same file as earlier and isn't just duplicated.
No, wait, it's something else. Gotta scan him and figure this out.
Because imagine if this, like, if the video was just like duplicated for this.
What are you doing? Go!
Maybe like if Game Freak made the game.
Tails? I need to know what's going on with this guy.
I'm trying, Sonic, but these readings are all messed up. They don't make any sense.
Running out of time here, Tails.
Sonic!
Yeah, that was just literally the exact same cutscene from the start of the game. Right, I think that's it for episode Shadow. That sure was some extra story content. Also, for some reason, there's like a drum roll when you press continue. Maybe they chose Shadow watching or something. You might think that, but apparently not. I can't remember if... Right, I'm going to change my Wisp-On. I'm going to go back to Burst, because Burst is the most fun, frankly. Right, now we have Capital City. Probably one of my favourite levels in the game.
They're probably staging somewhere else as part of
Because it actually does sort of, because it does stuff that Forces levels do, but it does it better. Because a lot of Forces levels try to sort of have like, sort of, you know, a bit of like a sort of more a cinematic, or at least, you know, like, you know, sort of, you know, automated sections with like theoretically interesting stuff going on, even if it's like not as much gameplay. You're like watching more interesting stuff going on. This level does it better than most. Also, yeah, Operation Big Wave. This is Knuckles' great plan for taking on Eggman.
Who cares what it's called? What's important is to have a well-thought-out strategy.
I thought up this strategy in about a minute and a half. We're going in hard and fast. We're not gonna stop till Eggman's army
So
is
this is a
destroyed.
plan that Knuckles made in a minute and a half. Again, why did they put him in charge?
Sonic is busy fighting Shadow. but the
Big
rest of us
Wave,
can
I
do
knew
this.
Big could save the day.
We've got the strength
Unfortunately,
and the
Big
spirit
isn't
to
in
win.
this game.
There's no finer group that I'd want to fight with.
Ha! Great speech! Let's give Eggman an old-fashioned beatdown.
They have more in sheer numbers, so the idea of a quick, focused attack isn't bad. We also have Sonic. I mean the other Sonic, so I have no doubt we can do this. Also, If we can destroy the Phantom Ruby, we should be able to send the other Sonic home. At least I hope so.
Yeah, Tails kind of spends most of this game kind of just being with classic Sonic
Okay,
for whatever
let's
reason.
head straight for Eggman's HQ. Time to save the world, people.
So yes, Capital City. Also another music track that I really enjoy as well. This is kind of the point in the story where the Avatar sort of starts to get a bit more confidence in themselves.
We'll surge forward and sweep the enemy away.
How absurd! What can that rabble do with an all-out attack? I'll smash them to smithereens.
Yeah, the soundtrack, I didn't think too much of it at first, but listening to it a lot, it did grow on me a lot. And the Avatar tracks in particular, I think, are really, really good.
Make them wish they'd never been born!
Stay calm. What you're seeing isn't real.
Like, the Avatar's like character arc is arguably more clearly told through the song lyrics than the actual game itself. Like where the Avatar like gains sort of grows in confidence and sort of becomes more sure of themselves. That like plot point is arguably more told in the song lyrics. Oh. But yeah, Infinite's constantly messing around with you in this level. And like, where these levels try to go for more spectacle, then you know, a lot of other Sonic levels tend to. A lot of the time I feel it doesn't work, but in this level, I think it's pretty decent.
The rookie is our only hope now.
Yeah, the music definitely helps, I think. So I think this is our first level in the like Metropolis area as well. It's called Metropolis, but it kind of takes cues from Grand Metropolis from Sonic Heroes as well. Oh. So yeah, Knuckles' a great plan results in 80% of their army being wiped out. Because he thought of this plan in like a minute and a half. Good job, Knuckles. You got like 80% of your army to die. Oh, I didn't get an S rank. Whoops. The story scenes in Episode Shadow went so long that they're like, you know, burned into my monitor because of the weird burn-in issue my monitor has. Right, we're going to stick with Burst for this boss fight because it kind of works the best for this boss. Yeah, we have another round with Infinite.
More ants to crush. I wonder if this world can offer me a real challenge. Huh? And as if to answer, the world sends me a trembling child. I'm going to fight and die here, or run away in fear again.
Hey, don't be scared. This is your moment to shine. Keep going. Don't let your fear own you.
Fine. I will teach you fear, then pain, and then, well, at least the fear and pain will end.
I actually kind of like that line. It's like, at least the fear and pain will end. I actually kind of like that line. But yeah, we have our second round with Infinite.
The strong will always vanquish the weak. You have only your own frailty to blame.
Oh, I've not done very well to avoid those, have I? So yeah, that's half of his health already gone.
Well, it seems behind that fear is a spark
Oh.
I feel like we've played
And that's Infinite taken down again.
I underestimated just how desperately the feeble cling to life.
Yeah, kind of just lunges at you and then stays there for a few seconds. Just makes him like very easy pickings for your best Wispon. Ooh, drill. More Mega Drive shoes. We'll show off drill. Actually, yeah. Sonic Forces speedruns, at least level speedruns, use the drill Wispon because like it's like I think if you use it right, it's like really broken. I don't know how to use it in that way though, because I never really look into Forces speedrunning because I don't really care enough about this game.
I remember you. You ran from me before. You survived then, but you throw it all away now. Kill. This will be goodbye. What? How is this possible? It can't be. How did you? No matter. They have only 2 days left.
I don't know if Infinite realizes that that the Avatar has like that Phantom Ruby prototype. And if Infinite does realize that, why doesn't he try and take or destroy it? Oh boy, chemical plant.
Things were going well with Operation Big Wave. Then everything fizzled out when that Phantom Ruby kicked in.
That fake shadow was created using the Phantom Ruby's power, right? Even if it's a virtual reality projection, it's as strong as the real shadow.
So you remember how in Sonic Mania the Phantom Ruby's powers involved more stuff like transforming some Egg Robo into the Hub World Heavies and like teleporting Sonic, Team Sonic around and like just overall powering up Eggman's like machines and the Hub World Heavies. Yeah, in this game it creates virtual reality projections.
Rouge.
Yeah, you tried to explain that. But it can't see a thing in that mask. Now, he has one eye exposed.
No, not yet.
One eye.
But I have reports that Eggman's database is located at the chemical plant. If we can check that out, we might find something there.
That sounds like a promising lead. We have to figure out the secret behind Infinite's power and virtual reality. Tails, can you handle this?
Got it. I'll take Sonic, I mean the other Sonic, with me and head to the chemical plant.
So, chemical plant's a good place to show off the problems of Sonic's control in this game. So I'm gonna hold right. So get Sonic running as fast as he can down this big slope.
The building it's in. There's a lot of ground to cover, so just finding it will be a chore.
I was holding right the entire time there. I'm going to restart to get better, so I don't waste that time there. So yeah, what you really want to do is stop there and charge with a big spin dash. Now you can get through that. Now, chemical plant, issues with Sonic's control away. No, issues with Sonic control set aside. I do like how this level has a bunch of like alternate routes and stuff. It'd be better if Sonic controlled better, but I want the speed shoes. They last for like 3 seconds in this game. Yep, that's how long they last for. Like 3 or 5 seconds, I swear. And yet, once again, Sonic can't make it up a little ramp. Again, what you have to do here is spin dash before that, so you can get through here. But again, another thing I enjoy, this level, alternate routes. If you go left here, a little hidden route. Yeah, and I do enjoy that about this level. It does open some things up. I think Sonic was only going that fast there because of all the speed boosters. Let's just get the bubble actually, just in case. And this alternate route takes us right to the end. Again, that would be a decent level if the if Classic Sonic's physics worked properly. But yeah, it's not even that like they're not. It's not even a case of they're not great, but they work within the bounds of the game. Like, as Generations Classic Sonic isn't 100% faithful to actual Classic Sonic, but his level design is, well, designed around it. Classic Sonic in this game often doesn't manage to do things in his own levels properly. Yeah.
Phew. So, this is where the database is. Hold on a sec while I access the data from this computer. Okay, failed battle plans, old robot designs. Wow, he's got like 10 terabytes of selfies. So where does he keep the...
That must be a lot of pictures. How do they play this game and say, yeah, that's good enough to ship? I don't know. I really don't know.
A weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to feed false information to the brain, creating a new reality for them. Like a dream so real, if you bump yourself in it, your sleeping self will bruise? It's hard to believe. Eggman experimented with lots of prototypes, and then incorporated the final version into Infinite. If I'm reading this data correctly, then there might be a weakness. This is huge! Let's get this information back to the others.
Right, Red Gate Bridge. Before we go there, I'm just going to quickly shut the curtains and I turn the heating up because I'm getting quite cold. So I'll be back in just a minute. Enjoy the menu music. Right, that's that sorted. I think the heating wasn't actually even on, so that'll explain why I was getting cold.
There's nothing to do till Tails gets back.
Way to jinx it! Metal Sonic has been spotted.
Metal Sonic.
Is it another fake?
Why would they bother making a fake out of something that already isn't real? Couldn't they just build more? Either way, it's getting wrecked.
Yeah,
Let's go,
so
partner.
yeah, so Metal Sonic in this game, as they've alluded to, is a Phantom Ruby clone. Why Eggman doesn't just bring the actual Metal Sonic out, I don't know. The questions this game makes you ask. Right, Red Gate Bridge.
Watch out! Metal Sonic was spotted.
I hope you don't enjoy the music to this level because, yeah, it's interrupted after 5 seconds. So, Ben was asking earlier if we ever get to fight any of the giant Death Egg robots. This is the closest you get to fighting a giant Death Egg robot. A quick time event.
We can't let these things keep rampaging around the city.
So, yeah, and again, hope you don't like Red Gate Bridge's music. That's all you get to hear of it.
Pain in the neck.
Oh. Nope. There we go. I don't know if the level, like... I think the level might have an endpoint if you take too long to defeat Metal Sonic, but he's so easy to defeat that I... Oh. Okay, you know what I said about him being easy? Also, you don't get locked into sort of specific lanes with the quick step like you do in like Generations or Unleashed or anything. So the quick step kind of just takes you some amount of space. Yeah, the Death Egg robots in this game are kind of similar to, like the robot designs in general in this game are kind of similar to the movie designs. And you end the level with a double boost. Because of course you do. Oh, I didn't beat it well enough to get an S rank. What a shame.
Hey, that was great! We're like a well-oiled machine. Fighting a well-oiled machine.
Do you want the monocle put on? We can put it on. Ooh, we're taking back some more of the world. We'll spawn this way. Oh yeah, let's spawn the. Let's use the drill. Why not? For the next level. Alright. Should we put on the monocle? That's not the monocle. There's just something about the monocle mixed with the gamer hat. We'll see, almost all the lower headgear is just masks. I'll put that one on. For no reason. Yes, flippers. Should we put on the flippers? Because they look really stupid, and I think that's funny. We'll keep the chow backpack. Imagine the sound when running. Unfortunately, I don't think they changed the sound effects.
Great work, Tails.
Based on these readings, the Phantom Ruby requires an incredible amount of energy, which only the Death Egg can provide.
How a space station manages to provide and send energy to the Phantom Ruby, I have no idea.
We stop the energy transfer, and boom! The Phantom Ruby is practically useless.
Simply? Last I checked, the Death Egg is a heavily fortified, well, Death Egg.
True, but I came up with a plan. First, we distract Eggman.
If Tails comes up with a plan, it's probably better than
While he's
Knuckles.
not paying attention, we use the chemical plant computer to hack into the Death Egg's weapon systems and shut it down. With no weapons, destroying the Death Egg will be a piece of cake. No Death Egg means the Phantom Ruby is nearly useless.
Well, you know, it's just crazy enough to work. So, first we need a distraction. I'm on it.
No way, Knuckles. You're too easily distracted. That's not a good trait for a distraction. Plus, you're our commander. We kinda need you here.
How about the rookie? Eggman would never expect it. It may even throw him off a little.
Good idea. You got your orders, rookie. We only have one more day before Eggman's plan is executed. So let's hustle.
So, we got Guardian Rock. So this is a level I played on the demo EGX in 2017 before the game came out. And first I played on the Switch version, which I don't know what it was about their setup, but the Switch version there had horrible input lag. I don't think that's an issue with the Switch version itself, I think it was just an issue with their setup. I can't remember what the Wisp Power does for this. Oh, it just kind of does that. That's borderline pointless. But yeah, the Drill Wisp on. If you mash the button, you can like charge it up a lot and go really fast. And yeah, it can be quite broken from what I've seen. Like it's used in speedruns, I think, but I don't know how to utilize it for that kind of purpose very well. Oh.
This drill is the drill that will pierce the heavens.
Mercenary tactics are all about the decoy you use. Just go wild and get their attention.
Again, if you get crushed by one of those, it is an instant kill. Like it does count as a crushing death. So. Yeah, you can get a lot of speed with it. Oh, wait. Oh no, I can't really get that ring as is. I think I got like one red ring there. So yeah, of the quick time event sections in this game, this is probably one of the better ones. You know, it's actually got a bit of like decent cinematics to it, and it actually has some gameplay aside from the quick time event. Also, I do quite like the music that plays in this section. I mean, the whole level's music I do enjoy. Perfect. It kind of does like what they do in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back to the big walker things in that. If you think about it, like using like a wire to trip them over, to trip them up. That is what happens in Star Wars, right? I'm not misremembering horribly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to get an S rank there. I did die after all. So yeah, the drill one is often used for speedruns, but I don't find it very intuitive to use for normal play. Plus I'm just not very good at it, so... Yeah, I much prefer to stick to something like the drill, not drill, the burst Wisp-On. Can't remember what level's next. Actually, they talk about chemical plants for the Modern Sonic's chemical plant level. Or Bomb Block 1. Yeah, network terminal.
Almost at the chemical plant. How's the rookie doing with the distraction?
So far, so good. We might have to stop using the nickname Rookie if the kid keeps this up.
Next, we've got to get to the computers at the chemical plant and shut down the Death Egg's weapon system.
Perfect. I've been waiting for my turn to bust some heads.
Also, yeah, I just realised this is a game with a customizable avatar character who the main cast, at least to start with, refer to as Rookie. Where have we seen that before? We've seen that before in a much, much better game than this. Much, much better game than this. Right, network terminal. Probably my favourite modern Sonic level. Yeah, you've got a few routes to the start bit, and the platforming in the second section actually gets decently interesting. Oh, I went the wrong way through a red ring. Oh, no, there's one this way as well. I mean, yeah, this is like really automated, but I don't know, it's not. I don't think it's too bad. Oh, we did skip the bit of rail that's like shamelessly copied. There's like a rail in that section that is shamelessly copied from Sonic Colors by the sort of shape of it. Oh, that's not what I want. So yeah, once we're inside, we have these platforms that are like moved by the chemical flows. And you can also slide under these little sections as well. Hold on. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways you can go in this level, which I do appreciate. Like I do think it's one of the better levels in. Yeah, one of the better modern Sonic levels. Oh. Yeah. It like, I mean, this doesn't quite have the same like flow that something in Generations would have, but it's like, it like executes fairly well on it. It like executes decently well on its gimmick, like a Sonic Colors level would. Oh. Also, yeah, we found the computer room after all these years. It's also a level that lasts more than like 2 minutes, so yeah. Oh, the purple gamer hat. I think we auto switch from the yellow gamer hat to the purple one for some more colour contrast in our character. How many more missions have I completed? Oh, we've got the second menu theme now. I can play Plasma Cannon 1.
Now's your chance. Move!
Hurry! Just destroy the Death Egg and cut off the power supply.
You're making it sound like a walk in the park.
Do the warp sensors mean anything? No. They do not.
The other Sonic has this under control.
They absolutely do not. And honestly, were you expecting them to?
The defense system's still up. I thought we shut it down.
Probably switched over to auxiliary power. Now,
So, we have Death Egg,
he'll find a way through.
which does feature gimmicks from the Sonic 3 and Knuckles Death Egg level. And like because Death Egg is brought back less, I don't mind them bringing back Death Egg, like bringing back these like gimmicks and stuff. I don't mind it as much as say like, you know, the other stuff. Come on, Sonic. Can I? There we go. Oh. So yeah, like in this instance, it is kind of neat seeing the Death Egg gimmicks brought into 3D. Well, 3D visually anyway.
This is the pits. It's messing with my head.
Just stay calm, and you'll figure out the way forward.
I just want to smash everything and level the place.
Alright. Let's get that red ring. So you might remember in Sonic 3, I mentioned the story about how when they were playtesting Sonic 3, they were like debating whether to reverse the up and down control for spin dashing and like for like ducking and looking up. But playtesters got confused, you know, still got slightly disoriented and preferred having down still as duck to make spin dashing easier and all that. They forgot that memo with Sonic Forces, so now you have to press up to duck when you're upside down in anti-gravity. Great. Oh. Why is there a speed booster there? Land on the spring, Sonic. Oh, no, oh, no, oh. Right. I now know that I need to go left after hitting this spring. Can I land on the spring properly, please? This is not difficult platforming. I mean, it may not be difficult platforming, but Sonic Forces controls make it difficult. Oh no, forgot about. Oh. Okay, let's go this way. I forgot that that one is one you're meant to stay on. These rings that Sonic traveled through somehow looked more visually impressive on the Mega Drive. I wonder, I've thought before in playing this level. So yeah, part of this is like, you know, they go down to Shutdown, the Death Egg's found and all that, and they say about like, it's starting to crumble and like blow up and all that. Did they give you that invincibility and enemies to run through at the end just to make some explosions happen on screen? Because nothing happens in the background. that stays perfectly intact. Oh, look at those shades. Oh, I can play Bomb Block 2. My favourite. I'd be surprised. Yeah, that's why I'm like, is that, you know.
Phantom Ruby's power should be down to almost nothing. That's right.
Those resistance pests and their clever little plots. They're like something on your shoe that you can't wipe off.
It appears they've taken our legs right out from under us.
Oh yeah, I forgot the Cubot and Allbot were in this game.
Neither do you, dude.
Don't remind me, dude.
5 more hours before the plan is executed. Infinite, let's make a tactical retreat so that we can remobilize our forces.
And by tactical retreat, you mean to say flee with our tails between our legs. I'm quite displeased about this, Doctor.
Shut up and just follow me!
I mean, the Death Egg is basically a reference to slash ripoff of the Death Star in the first place, isn't it? So, yeah. Ooh, I can play Laser Cannon 1 as well. Wow. Oh boy, Metropolitan Highway. So you know how I mentioned earlier that Sonic doesn't have the drift anymore? That's going to be a problem in this level.
This should effectively put a stop to the Doctor's greatest weapon.
The Sonics have made an opening for us. We can't just let that go to waste.
This is the moment we've been waiting for. Time to settle the score.
Now that the Phantom Ruby is out of the way, we can finally smash Eggman into an omelet.
Hey, don't count your chickens before you smash your eggs.
Rouge is right. The fact that Eggman and Infinite are still around means we can't let our guard down.
I just want everyone to get home safely, okay?
All right, fine. Everyone get your game face on. The target is Eggman at the Central Tower.
Right, so here we go. Metropolitan Highway, where the lack of a drift is gonna become a problem.
We're fighting to get our world back now. Don't stop, don't look back. Just focus on the task ahead no matter what. Let's do this, everyone. Charge!
Oh, missed the top route there. It's fine.
Capture Eggman. We win. Find out where he's at, Sonic.
We'll provide as much cover as we can.
All right, chasing Eggman is what I do best. I'll track him down in no time.
So yeah, these sections where the road bends. I was holding my controller hard to the left there. Yeah, these sections are like semi-automated, and as such are quite hard to get working properly. Okay. So I'll also say I'm playing with a code in the mod loader that actually gives the characters 360-degree control, because the PC version is bugged weirdly, and well, not bugged, but it's programmed weirdly and doesn't. Okay, that's my bad. And yeah, characters kind of have like a weird 8-directional control thing going on the PC version. Not a problem on the console, but yeah. But I think that 360-degree control code does cause problems. Try. No, apparently I can't get up there. Yeah, normally you can boost through that if you just jam your controller left, but evidently not with this code on, or at least not if you're unlucky. I don't know. That section works very inconsistently. Now, this section with these like moving platforms isn't too bad. I do like that they're sort of like, they're sort of like about quick reflexes and stuff. we go.
It's okay. We can hold for now.
Our other forces are on the move too. We can pull this off.
Be careful. I'm detecting Eggman just up ahead.
So yeah, that was a level where if they hadn't removed a move from Sonic's moveset, he probably would actually be able to make it through it properly without the game having to automate itself around the corners, but then also not work properly without automating it around the corners. Do you see the problem with how this game controls? So yeah, we've caught up to Eggman. Next up, Null Space. So we've caught, we've like stopped we think we stopped Eggman's like part of Eggman's plan. We've caught up to him. It's a climactic part of the story, guys.
What is that?
That, my spiky little predator, is null space.
Null space?
It's a little something that the Phantom Ruby cooked up. A closed-off space where absolutely nothing exists. Goodbye, Sonic, my soon-to-be-eradicated nemesis. Enjoy all the nothing.
So here we come to save the day. So yes, they still have the
Tisk tisk. Since you always destroy the power source of my
So yeah,
I decided to learn.
Phantom Ruby is still powered
I
up,
had a backup power source created under Metropolis.
and now Sonic has been sucked into Null Space. Got an ad. Yeah, I have ads set up. So yeah.
Meant to end up. Let's head back. Everyone's waiting for us.
So you don't actually spend a level Null Space in Null Space. You double boost 2 seconds into Null Space.
Got this. Keep it up, partner. Nothing can contain the two of us at max power. Not even null space.
And we're back into Metropolis with a triumphant, with fist bump playing triumphantly in the background. Now, if they had, if they did have to endure some sort of hardship to get out of Null Space, then yeah, this would fit. But that isn't how this goes down. Oh, I forgot to switch out of Drill. Oh no. This is going to be a problem. Drill is not a good Wisp Bomb to bring into this level. Guess we'll be homing attacking. Yeah. Did the rookie drag Sonic to his death? No, Sonic was already getting pulled in.
How's the battle going? We've got it on the ropes. If our fleet can keep the upper hand, we should have things under control soon.
You're in the zone of fun if you don't hurry, Sonic.
But yeah, it's like built up and resolved in the space of like a minute, or even less than a minute. Not 100% sure what the point was. Oh wait, no, whoops. I wanted to jump off to get the red ring. Oh, and Judd off the edge. Oh, right. What happened? So Eggman sent Sonic to Null Space, and then literally 20 seconds later, they got out of Null Space by double boosting. That is what happened. There we go, that's the red ring. you know, in other stories, this would be like, you know, this would be like a big climactic moment where like the hero, you know, there's sort of like, you know, a bit where, you know, there's, you know, a bit of a like, there's a hardship the hero, and you know, gets through and comes back, you know, stronger than ever and whatnot. But in Sonic Forces, that's, you know, it's just nothing happens with it. Again, it plays, you know, it plays Fist Bump triumphantly as they come back, and it's like, it would work if it wasn't just a double boost out. Plus, aesthetically, it would have been cool to have a level in null space. Nothing in null space, not even a level. Yeah. And like, it has a full, that area has a full song. You just only hear it for like 20 seconds. It has a full song and like full, I say song, yeah, full level theme and all that as well. And it's like really fitting for like, you know, again, you know, for being like sort of the darkest moment of the story.
Excuse me, boss? It can't be! It's impossible to get out of the Phantom Ruby's null space!
Now, maybe by myself, but I had a little help from my friend. Something you wouldn't understand since you don't have any friends.
This changes nothing. Dr. Eggman will still have the last laugh.
Maybe he'd have more friends if he didn't talk about himself in the third person.
Surprised they didn't reuse the last laugh joke from Sonic Colors. Considering this game, the English script was still written by those guys. Right, we are getting closer and closer to the end though. We're up to stage 25. And like I said, there are 30 stages. Right, I'm switching out of drill. Oh, I don't have... I was hoping I'd have hover by this point. Yeah, let's go back to burst. And yeah, I want to swap out the gamer hat. The purple one.
We've got less than an hour before Eggman's plan goes down.
There's no more time. We have to break into the fortress now.
Indeed, this is it. Our last opportunity to bring peace back into the world.
But when the battle ends, we'll have to part with Sonic. I mean, this
Oh,
Sonic...
boo-hoo, Tails.
Yes, if the Phantom Ruby is gone, I guess he'll be returned to his dimension.
Thank you for everything, Sonic. I'll never forget what you did for us.
Save the sentiments for later. This is not over yet. We still have a battle to fight.
Exactly. This is our last chance. Give it everything you've got.
So, this is our last dedicated Avatar stage. Imperial Tower. Oh, it's this scene. The most pathetic battle scene in a game ever, I think. Also, for some reason, this is like lower quality than the other pre-rendered video scenes. I don't know. It looks lower resolution.
Hey, Infinite! Long time no see.
Oh, they do long time no see in this game. Okay.
Yes, indeed. I've been looking forward to finishing your annoying friends. I trust you're all ready for oblivion. If you're not, oh well.
Oh look, it's Omega.
What? Who dares?
Target reconfirmed. Extermination mode initiated. Payback inevitable.
Omega, you've joined us?
Called it.
Is there no end to these annoying insects? I will burn your
Also, notice how,
ashes.
you know, this is a game with a character creator, yet all the NPCs in the background, like, they're all just like this, like, same 3 or 4 designs copy pasted, all next to each other.
No, it's not. While we're under the Phantom Ruby's control, it's a part of our reality.
Unbelievable. What chance do we have against that?
You know, you can see like the same characters stand like next to each other.
The end. Your pathetic lives are over.
Boom! Look, it's reacting. Eggman said something about the Phantom Ruby prototypes. Let me see.
So yeah, that was what I like to call the most pathetic fight scene in a video game that I've ever seen.
Prototypes only react to the person who activated it. That must be you, buddy. Your courage and heroism are probably what triggered it. Just maybe, if you use this, it can make that sun disappear.
Made it so far. We were so close. This is truly world-shattering. Isn't there anything we can
Right, so who needs the platform when you can just jump over it all?
We need to fight fire with fire. If you can get close enough to that sun, the prototype should cancel out the effect.
You'll be burnt to a crisp before then. Give it up, rookie. Fall back. Burst.
Oh, I missed that one. Oh, I've got to actually platform now. Ugh. See, I was hoping I'd have the hover wisp on for this level, because like with the hover wisp on, with like the right setup, you can like get like 100 rings. Also, this is the one level with the wall jump.
That's our minister. It's a desperate long shot. Please, come back in one piece.
Oh. Yeah, quite why the wall jump is now a situational action that can only be done on one level, I don't know. Oh. I forgot that the platform in this level can actually be somewhat challenging if you actually do it. Wall jump, please. Don't just fall off. Oh. Oh, okay. I'm not doing very well at this level. Also, as you might have noticed, this game does away with lives. It doesn't bother with lives. It just like reduces your score if you have to like prepare every time you retry. Which, you know, I'm not against them getting rid of lives for Sonic games, because if I'm playing them in my own time, usually my response to dying in a level is just to restart anyway, to get a better rank. So, you know.
You think you can stop the sun? You'll burn up like a moth drawn to a flame. It's over!
You're a real soldier now, rookie. You can do this.
Oh yeah, I'm still being chased by that laser, so don't want to go too slow. That dash panel didn't make me go very fast, I hope I don't get hit by the laser. Okay, good. So that was the Avatar's final level. Actually, somewhat challenging if you have to actually play it, although part of that is the control being iffy, but part of it is, you know, there being like pits and stuff.
Make peace with your fate.
Yeah, they are just standing there.
The sun! It's gone!
What? What just happened?
Why does Shadow make that face as if he knew like that the Avatar would do something? I don't think he's even met them.
Prototypes were destroyed.
A costly oversight, Doctor. This is why I always check and double check, as any good scientist would.
This is the turning point, guys. Time to press our advantage and kick major butt.
Yeah, the characters in the crowd that have the same design, they didn't even like recolor them. Right, Mortar Canyon, the final modern Sonic level. And it's also entirely in 3D. No 2D sections here. And I really like the music here. Shame that the track is a lot shorter than the level itself. Oh, whoops. Okay. Did not mean to do that. What if I go to the right?
All ships, provide backup to Sonic and the others. Draw the enemy's attention and shield them from damage.
So yeah, this is kind of like a very downhill focus level. It's a decent level, although again is quite short, and also because of how downhill it is, it's very easy and often encouraged to skip large sections of it just by boosting. Which on one hand often, you know, it can feel good, but on the other hand it's like you'd think they would have put some checks and balances in. Because that was a very big section of the level that is very easy to skip. Oh, it's also very easy to get hit right at the end there. So yeah, Modern Sonic's final level, yeah, it's a minute long. Because of how easy it is to just fly over everything. It's like, there are some platforming bits there that you can do, and you need to do them to get like some of the optional collectibles, but one of them, you know, but you're encouraged to skip it with the big ramp in the middle because A, it's right in your path, and B, there's a red ring on that path. So, you know, fantastic level design there. Right, we get to fight Infinite again.
Pathetic little hedgehog. Even with the Phantom Ruby weakened, I still have enough power to smash you into blue jelly. I'll show you how outclassed you really are.
I'm in a class all my own. Time to put up or shut up, Infinite.
What would you like your epitaph to read?
So, do you recognize anything about this fight?
Why not? Here doses the masked clown. Might as well make it for the person who needs one, right?
Oh, I ran out of boost. Yeah, do you recognize anything about this fight? Perhaps the fact that it's basically the same as the Metal Sonic fight from earlier, right down to the doing 3 homing attacks on him when you catch up to him. Yeah. This final match with Infinite is basically the same as the Metal Sonic fight. I forgot the Avatar comes in here. Funnily enough, I don't refight this boss very often. And now it's literally, you know, even more like the Metal Sonic fight.
Your mask can't hide how sad and lonely you are. That Phantom Ruby virtual reality of yours is the real illusion.
And again, he even does the same like charging attack. Don't know if those things can hit you. I don't think I've ever gotten hit by him like that before. Excuse me. Why didn't that work properly? Yeah, I'd like to hit him properly, that would be nice. Come on. Okay, so you can get to the end and have to try. Okay. I can't load to retry the whole thing. Because you do actually have a time limit to defeat him.
Your mask can't hide how sad and lonely you are. That Phantom Ruby virtual reality of yours is the real illusion.
Well, if the homing attack would actually work earlier, then I really would have defeated him before, you know, it got to the end of the level. He's got to wait for the game to decide that you can catch up to him before you can actually go and hit him, because you know that's great design. Yeah, I think I'll save my boost. Well, there we go.
Here goes, partner. When we join forces,
And just like the Metal Sonic fight, we end it with a double boost. Okay, now we get the Hover Wisp on, right? I guess if I want to show it off, I'll have to go back into the level. Right, that was stage 27, wasn't it? I think. So not many more left to go.
Impossible. I cannot be defeated.
wrong, loser. The things that can't be defeated are heart, soul, and the bonds of friendship. 3 things you and your counterfeit cronies lack.
No, wait. I can still fight.
And that is the last we see of Infinite.
You never fail to surprise me, Sonic. I didn't believe Infinite could lose. Victory will be so much sweeter when I defeat you.
Yeah, it's not quite as bad as most of the Deadly Six just poofing out of existence when you beat the last bosses with them, but it's not much better. What a great villain. Yeah. The thing is, I think he had potential. But you know, I don't think the game was written well enough to you know, get that potential. Right, Iron Fortress. Classic Sonic's final level. And this level is infamous among people who played the game. If you know why, you know why. Can I get the red ring, please? Thank you. Oh. Oh, come on. These aren't even the problem things. That'll do. Who likes auto-scrollers? Especially when they have awkward physics. Also, Classic Sonic, even if you're moving forwards a bit, if you're not holding a direction when he lands on a platform, he does just stop. Oh. So, you know. I mean, on one hand, it's, you know, handy for being able to come to a stop, but on the other hand, it breaks the flow. Or any potential for flow. That was kind of dangerous, I probably shouldn't have done that. Alright, that's the auto-scroller done.
My money's on the area the other Sonic is searching.
I don't remember how you're meant to actually get this red ring other than just dropping down like this. The awkwardness of this level is not over though. We are going to have another awkward section at the end. Right, so here, do not run into this. You must spin dash. If you run into that, you will likely slow down too much and not be able to get to the end of the level before the platforms get destroyed. Great design. Great design. Right, stage 29, Final Judgment. I'll show off the hover wisp on now. I'm going to use burst for the final boss when we get to that. Are there any tweaks we want to make to the avatar before we head into the last couple of stages? Any different styles anyone wants to see? Or are we good with what we've got currently? Looks perfect the way it is, looks good. Yeah. Like I said, I'll show off the hover wisp on in this level. What are those contacts? Oh, oh yeah, I think they are, well, just coloured contacts. Okay, here we go, Final Judgment. Oh, cool. Alright, may as well restart rather than just. So remember Terminal Velocity? This is kind of like Terminal Velocity, but
This is where Eggman built Infinite. It's so sad. What a lonely place to be brought into the world. The reactor is close. Hurry!
oh. Also, they're still saying here that Eggman built Infinite, even though in episode Shadow, it is implied that Infinite wasn't made by Eggman. Can this work, please? Oh, no, apparently not. Hold on. Why is the hover wisp on, like, working weirdly? Why is it not letting me destroy these? Hold on, what is going on? There we go. It just takes ages with this didn't play the Shadow DLC. So yeah, that level was a little bit of auto running forwards, followed by budget Shantae Hachi no Hero final boss, and then a double boost. That's our final main level. That is our final main level. Not anticlimactic at all. Indeed, indeed. Right, we're going to change back to the Burst Wisp-On for the final boss, because that works better. Yeah, we'll go with that one. That's what I usually go for. So yeah, it is final boss time. Death Egg Robot. Which, as we'll see, looks nothing like a Death Egg Robot. I don't know why they call it a Death Egg Robot.
We did it! Eggman's army is officially butt-kicked. We won! Come on, now what? Can we ever just win and have that be the end of it?
Look!
Gotcha! The fortress reactor was just a decoy. A true winner always keeps his trump card hidden until the end.
So yeah, I don't know why this is called a Death Egg Robot. It doesn't really look like one.
Confirmed sightings indicate Shadow, Metal Sonic, Zavok, Chaos, Infinite. Thousands of them.
What have you done?
I merely incorporated the Phantom Ruby into this Death Egg Robot.
But that means the Phantom Ruby no longer has a vulnerable energy supply. It's an invulnerable ruby?
A good deduction, Tails. This Death Egg Robot has... No! I have surpassed Infinite to become the complete and ultimate form! You will be crushed by this Death Egg Robot powered by the Phantom Ruby, and in the end, everything will still be just as I planned!
So if I remember right, in the album, the official soundtrack, I think it calls it Mega Death Egg Robot. Yeah, which isn't in-game. Oh, I forgot how bad that line read was from Sonic there. I think, like, that delivery. Like, the voice acting in this game is usually fine, but that one-line delivery... Yeah. But yeah, I believe the soundtrack calls this the Mega Death Egg Robot. I don't know why they didn't call it that in-game. So, you remember that first boss with the first classic, the first and only classic Sonic boss with the Egg Dragoon. Yeah, it's that again. Yeah, classic Sonic's boss is basically a practice run for his part of the final boss. It's a robot that was built on the Death Egg, presumably. Yeah, but so far throughout the series, Death Egg robot has kind of meant ones that look like the Sonic 2 one. I mean, even in this game. Alright, so here we go. Now, I do really enjoy the boss music here. Also, you've got to be careful in this boss, because there are moments where it destroys the floor. But yeah, I do love this music here. It's very, well, I think it's pretty fitting for a final boss. It's got that sort of climatic sort of feel to it. Get your words out. Climactic. But yeah, you gotta be careful. Yeah, because he destroys the floor, so you wanna make this sort of destroy the floor strategically, so you actually got a good amount of floor to stand on. Well, this part is so much easier to control with the actual 360-degree control. And not weird 8-directional control. But yeah, the Burst Wisp Bomb, again, it's the best one in the game. It makes this part of the boss pretty easy. But yeah. And I was talking about music. Again, Sonic Forces is what it is as a game overall, but this final boss theme, I love this final boss theme. It almost negates the fact that this is just another clone of the Nega-Wisp armor from Sonic Colors. Yeah, this boss theme is awesome. I love it. In fact, I'll let you listen to it for a moment. Hopefully that button worked and you're hearing me again. If you're not, just let me know. Whoops. I can't tell because I can't see OBS. Yeah, let me know if my mouth is moving and you can't hear me. It did. Cool. So yeah, did it like properly work and make the music louder? Because I was like working on making that button work properly earlier. Keep missing the things. There we go. Yeah, this is basically the cool. It worked fine. Good. Yeah, this is basically the Nega-Wisp armor fight again. But yeah, I love this theme. It's so good. And the soundtrack version ends with like a bit like ends with like a sort of prolonged like sort of choir sort of like note, and it's like really dramatic. Actually, no, I think we get to hear that in game actually once because the final hit is like a thing. I think I actually might get to hear it in game. Because predictably, the boss ends like this, with a triple boost. So yeah, that is 3 Sonic games in the 2010s that basically end on the same final boss. Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World, and this. I mean, it's a fine enough boss, it's just, you know, it's the same, basically, as Sonic Colors' boss. Oh right, Void is a Wisp as well in this game. So that was the final boss. Sonic Forces done in one stream, like I hoped I would. They barely did anything. Yeah, considering the character creator is like a big part of the game, quite why all those generic soldiers are all like the same.
Get home safely, Sonic. And thanks for everything.
Classic Sonic's like, I'm going back to where the games are good.
Cheer up, Tails.
They're generic beings, not people.
Alright guys, it's time we cleaned up the mess that Eggman left this world in. And I'm not talking about those illusions he dreamed up for us. We need to fix the real world we all live in.
True that.
Oh, I forgot about.
Let's go.
I forgot about True Dat as well. So yeah, that was Sonic Forces. Sonic Forces sure is a game. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, when the game came out, obviously, you know, talks of, you know, obviously there was quite a bit of a, you know, fuss on the internet in the Sonic community as always. Now, I don't hate this game. It's not, you know, it's not like Sonic 06. It's not like Sonic 06. It's not like Sonic Boom. It's not like, you know, so it's not a broken mess. It's not, you know, it's not a broken mess or, you know, a combination of broken mess and horrible direction like 06. It's not like, you know, say Sonic Blast on the Game Gear where it's just unfun to play. It's just not great. Like, pretty much almost everything this game does is done better in another Sonic game. Like the attempt at a more serious story is, you know, better in games like Sonic Adventure 2. The boost gameplay is better in Generations and Unleashed, even Colors. The 2D platforming is better, well, A in the classics and B in like games like Sonic Colors. It's also very easy overall. Like, a lot of people obviously don't like Lost World, but Lost World is at least challenging in places. Visually, I mean, it's got detail, and the actual like technical makeup of the game visually is quite good. You know, but aesthetically, it I think is a step down from Generations, and even like in the technical aspects. I think some of the post-effects, like post-processing effects, are better in games like Generations and Unleashed. You know. Also, the PC port has weird stutter issues, but I reckon that's probably down to Denuvo or something. But in classic Sonic as well, controls not very well, which would be bad on its own, but it's made worse by Sonic Mania coming out literally a few months before. Yeah, the character create pretty much anything to do with the avatar is the best part of the game. The character creator is genuinely quite well done. Like, there's quite a lot of options for it, and you know, they're also the one character who has like an arc. Really, it's not very well told, but they do have an arc. You know, and I find their levels to be the most fun as well, and I like their level music the most as well. Seriously, the Avatar level music in this game is great. I really like it. And I do like the music overall. Not as much as, like, say, Mania or Generations or the classic games or Adventure, but it's good stuff. It is good stuff. Also, they got the London Philharmonic Orchestra to do the orchestral music in this game. Or London Symphony Orchestra, yeah. But, you know, it's not a London orchestra of some description. You know, I think the violins at least play. I think some of the performers in that orchestra might play in the back for this song as well. I'm not sure. Yeah, this song, "The Light of Hope," you know, is that kind of like, you know, ballady, like, you know, emotional song, you know, which would work better if the story was told better. You know. Again, I don't think the game really earns this. I do like this song. It is a nice song. Oh, well, thanks for sticking around, Lunter. Hope you have a good rest of your day. And yeah, you'll see the end. It is a short game after all. Yeah, thanks for sticking around. Okay, straight line zone again. Looking at the same screen on like my phone and my laptop, the black background is actually black on my phone, not so much on my laptop. Even without the weird burn-in issue, the color reproduction on my laptop's monitor is not very good. But as well as Light of Hope, we had to listen to Fist Bump, which is ridiculous and cheesy and dumb, and I love it because of that. I wasn't too hot on the song at first, but I listened to it over and over and it really grew on me. It is cheesy and dumb and stupid, but I do love it because, like, almost entirely because of that. It's like, it's a really fun song. It's a song that's like fun to like blast in the car and just like, you know, sing along and stuff. You know. Again, not my favourite Sonic main theme, but it's a very fun one. So, yeah. When it comes to the main series, Sonic games released in the 2010s, so like Sonic Colors, Generations, Lost World, Mania, and this does rank at the bottom for me. Again, I don't hate this game, but I also, whenever I play it, I just think I could just be playing Generations instead. Now, mods do some work to bring it up. I think I've shown before on stream Sonic Forces Reimagined, which extends and reimagines some of the levels. There's also a Classic Sonic Improvement mod, which makes Classic Sonic Control a little bit better, and again, slightly redoes his level design. And also gives a fight with Chaos. So yeah, if you have Sonic Forces on PC, I would recommend looking into Sonic Forces Reimagined and Classic Sonic Improvement. Forces Reimagined might come with Classic Sonic Classic Sonic Improvement, or at least the physics for it. But I think you need the full Classic Sonic Improvement mod to get the extra boss fight. But yeah, would recommend those mods. Obviously, I played the game mostly vanilla. Yeah, because I've got to show off the game. But yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else to say about Forces. I mean, it exists. The story is a mess as well. Like when I've mentioned like how Infinite was made by Eggman, but he also chose himself to be like that, and also his backstory involves Shadow, but Eggman made him, but he was a mercenary before, and also the Phantom Ruby. Like Eggman made it, or did he find it, or they're prototypes. It's confusing. And also there's the one in Sonic Mania. So leaked early scripts of the game actually don't even call it the Phantom Ruby, they call it like Voltron, like VALTRN, not Voltron like the kind of like thing from like the Transformers, whatever it is. Yeah, it's not the Phantom Ruby in the earlier scripts. So it's very likely that Sonic Forces had its script slightly rewritten to tie into Mania. I would reckon that the Phantom Ruby was made up for Sonic Mania, because it makes sense in context of Mania. It does its things in that game, and I reckon that whatever it was originally in the original scripts for Forces, it was rewritten to be the Phantom Ruby to tie into Mania. That's what I think happened, personally. Whether that is exactly what happened, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what feels like it happened. Yeah. Sonic Forces story is a bit of a mess, and not a funny mess like some, like say, don't know. Try to think of something in like stories that are a funny mess. But it's not really a funny mess, it's just like confusing and kind of dull. There's another cutscene. This is why I'm waiting. Come on. There we go.
Finally, an end to this endless battle. Everyone can go back home and relax. There's no need for the resistance.
Hold on. There's still a lot we need to do. We're just getting started.
Huh? What, you're leaving us? There are others who need your help. But okay, I'm not gonna stop you.
Man, the first time I saw you stumbling around, I had no idea you could pull this thing together and see it to the end. I've changed my mind about you.
I knew you'd come through, rookie. Well, I guess you're not a rookie anymore.
You did good out there. It's not like you just waited till the last minute to come in and act all cool, saving the day.
Our battle is done.
Yeah, gotta get these characters all on screen for a final time.
We'll be friends forever.
Even if they contribute like nothing to the story.
World, we have to work together and make a diligent effort.
Hey, you're taking off too?
Is that rookie? Timmy's stuck in the well.
You gonna keep moving forward? No matter what, yeah? You and I aren't so different.
Of course you're not different, you play almost identically. They did the thing. The flippers. Yeah. If you ask me, this game should have been either entirely focused on the Avatar or at least mostly focused on the Avatar. And like, you know, focused on, you know, and had, you know, they had more time to develop the character and just be the main character of the game. I think that could have been quite interesting. I think Sonic Forces should have not been about Sonic. But yeah, that is Sonic Forces done. We can go back to the title screen. And oh look, there is a flower in the base. So I'm going to quickly see if I can load up my main save file, just because we've got a few minutes left of stream. See if I can show off like my other like avatars and stuff I made when I played the game originally. So let's see if I turn that off. I might be able to load up my main save. Problem with Sonic Forces, it doesn't have multiple save slots, so I've kind of had to mess around with the mod loader in order to try and get a show us your original character trademark. That's what I'm planning on. Hopefully this works. Yeah, I've had to like mess around with the save files, and all I hope is that I haven't like accidentally deleted my save file, because like I have 100% of this game. I don't want to have to do it again. Because while it's not that difficult, it's, you know, mildly annoying. Right, I think this looks like my save file. Avatar collection. I don't know if this is all of them. I think it's... I'm trying to remember if this is all of them. I think it is all of them. Maybe. Hold on. Let me quit out. Hold on. Let me turn back on the save data cloud for this game, because I turned it off to get the thing to work. Hopefully that hasn't overwritten my cloud save with my with a wrong save. I mean, if it has, I'm not too bothered. I can't remember if that was all of my characters or whether that is or whether I made more than those. I genuinely can't remember. Come on. This does look like... Actually, if I go to the mission screen, that'll show if it's my completed save file, because it'll have all the missions done. This is partly me double checking that I've not messed myself up. But yeah, there are a bunch of... okay, this is my completed save file. So yeah, these are the avatars I made. So this purple wolf here is the first one I made when I played through the game. And I pretty much just used the Burst Whisper exclusively with him as well. Kind of a basic one, but yeah. I find the wolf is the most useful of the avatars, because it like draws rings in towards you, and the game likes to put big clusters of rings in the levels, so getting them drawn in is useful. I roughly remade Sonic Boom Sonic, because they give you bits to let you do that. They give you like They give you like Sonic Boom shoes and like the scarf and like the sports tape, gloves and body paint. I made this monstrosity just to try and make a really dumb looking character. You know, gamer hat, those shades, those eyes, boxing gloves, flipper, tie-dye shirt. This was one. So yeah, the missions they have you do to like fully complete the game. It makes you get the highest honors with all the characters, which basically just means play a lot as the different avatar types. So I went through as all the different types. So this is a bird. It's got these clothes on. You know, it has a mask and goggles because why not? This is this one. He has Joker's coat and some lovely 3D glasses and a pirate hat. Because yeah, once you beat the game, it lets you make more avatars rather than just customize the one you've got. This is the rabbit character I had. A more basic color scheme going on here, with a scarf and like sort of pink and light blue. I mean, obviously, as you might know, I do enjoy like purple and light blue color schemes, as seen on my Xenoblade X Skell and one of my Phantasy Star Online characters. This is this character. It's got one of the weird gold body paints on, another pirate hat, a monocle and a mustache. And this is the character I made most recently because I decided to make a character that actually looked like more normal rather than, like this. And most of the outfit parts on this I think are from the same set, so that's why it kind of looks normal. But yeah. That do be Sonic Forces. And yeah, this world map that makes like no sense. Like, why is Green Hill in the middle of this big landmass? Green Hill is meant to be like on South Island, which is like a small island. Also, the levels are kind of just thrown all around the map, so it's often easier just to bring up the list and scroll through them. Yeah, as you can see, I've S-ranked all the levels and I've got all the collectibles. Like I said, you get all the red rings in a level, you unlock the number rings for the next time you play through. Get all the number rings and you unlock the silver moon rings. Get all the silver moon rings and you get nothing. Collectibles literally for the sake of collecting them. It's not really well thought out at all. All that time you won't get back. I mean, it didn't really take that long. Sonic Forces, because it's not a very long game, it doesn't take that long to 100%, to be honest. And like I said, it's not a terrible game, it's just kind of there. Anyways, just quickly pop over to the chatting screen. Let me close the game. Let me close Steam, so you can see what I'm doing. So yeah, that was Sonic Forces. And also, I don't know if you noticed yet, the different thing I know about the stream setup. I know Ben said was it to do with the webcam earlier. But yeah, I don't know if you've figured it out at all, potentially. So I'm not actually in my room. I'm not in my bedroom. As you can see by the fact that my body's glitching out, I am not in my room. I've fooled you. I've green screened myself into my room. I'm in the living room because I'm home by myself for the weekend, and I thought it'd be more comfortable to sit in a chair than sitting on my bed for 4 hours, well, nearly 4 hours. I took the.
It was all a trick. I deceived you.
Yeah, I took this picture. Like, I set my laptop up in a roughly similar place to where I normally put it for a stream, and took the picture with my webcam in OBS. I took a screenshot using OBS, so it would have all the same settings as OBS, like in terms of color correction and stuff. And yeah, I used the NVIDIA, like the RTX stuff with the camera to fake green screen myself in to my own room. Is this the power of the Phantom Ruby? No, it's the power of an RTX 2060. It's the same thing. I've used it before, but yeah, it's the same one I can use to put myself into other places, such as. I mean, I've used it to put this Sonic Adventure like background behind me before. I've used it to put. I'm pretty sure one time on like Halloween or something, I put like a Pumpkin Hill GIF behind me or something. Or at least I tested out putting a Pumpkin Hill GIF behind me. I don't know if it actually worked. Yeah. Or I could, you know, I don't have to put like a scene behind me. You know, I could put just any old picture, you know. I could put the question mark from Sonic Adventure level, like character select. I could put, I don't know. Could make the background match the game. I could. I like it being like a physical background though. I could even put when I put Dr. Pooh into Mini Dali, whatever it was called. I don't know why I have that downloaded. Or I could put myself in the arcade. You know, the same background as here. I suppose I could put myself into like a Space Harrier background if I wanted to make it look like I'm in Space Harrier. I could put myself into Mirror. Or I think I might have used this one before, potentially. Press Garden from Sonic Mania. Your dream. Or I could put myself into. I could put myself into Breath of the Wild. That's a picture I've got here. What other random pictures do I have on my hard drive? Why do I have to? Oh, I've got this edit of the Domino's logo where I wrote Doctor Who for some reason when we were messing around with Joe. I could put myself in my Minecraft room. You know. Or, you know. I could even drop a teaser for future streams. Oh no, what is that? What could that be? We may never know. Well, we will know. Yeah, could even drop a teaser. Now I need to find my background again. It's in OBS, isn't it? I guess you recognize that. Well, I don't know. Well, we shall discuss that when we're once we're a little bit into Sonic Frontiers, because yes, Sonic Frontiers is what is up next. We'll be starting that on Tuesday, I'm not at work on Tuesday, so hopefully I should be able to get started pretty punctually. So yeah, I've been looking forward to this since the game came out. Yeah, it's going to be nice to get to Sonic Frontiers. I want to share what I love about Sonic Frontiers with you guys, you know. Oh, it's reflecting the UV thingy on my glasses. Yeah, it probably always does that. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I don't know how long Sonic Frontiers is going to take to stream, because for the main bulk of it, my main aim is I do want to 100% the game, which really mainly involves clearing out all, like, getting all the map cleared out and like sort of the map filled in, and doing all the like side stories and all the cyberspace levels. There will be a little bit of post game as well. Yeah, shocking for a Sonic game to have post game that isn't just replaying it. But yeah, there'll be a little bit of post game. Part of it is going to be part of the content that came out in the recent update. And of course, once the update later on in the year comes out, we're going to revisit it and do that. Also, yeah, when I've been like doing hand gestures throughout the stream, have my hands disappeared at all like this, or has it been too small to notice? Yeah, because it's obviously not an actual green screen behind me. It is, you know, my graphics card faking it. But yeah, it's been too small to notice. Yeah, that's what I thought. Which is why I don't bother with running my webcam in higher than 480p. You know, higher than 480p, because most of the time it's in a tiny little corner. But yeah, I have started to plan out what's coming out to Sonic Frontiers as well. I'm gonna discuss that. You know, at a later date, but I don't want to wait too long to announce it, because, you know, you don't want it in 1080. My webcam doesn't even do 1080, it maxes out at 720p. It's just the built-in webcam, you know. That's why it's all grainy. I mean, granted, with the NVIDIA stuff, I can add video noise removal, make it less grainy, but it kind of makes it look overly artificially smooth. Like my skin, it like makes my skin look really like artificially smooth, like those beauty filters on smartphones. Like, so I don't like it. But yeah. I've started planning out what's coming out to Sonic Frontiers. I mean, one of the plans I have had planned for quite a while. That is what I, you know, that might be related to what I teased earlier. But yeah, I'll be getting into that sooner rather than later, because, you know, I do want to, you know, share my plans rather than just keeping them all entirely to myself. Of course, Sonic games are going to continue at some point after Frontiers. I'm not going to be done with Sonic, because there's spin-offs and side games and, you know, revisits that I want to do, like as well as obviously games I haven't done. Want to revisit Sonic Colors through the Wii version, or emulating in Dolphin, you know, to get the better version. I'd like to revisit Sonic Adventure, because, you know, my playthrough of Sonic Adventure on stream has been through, you know, was through that 7-hour stream that went on to like 2 AM, so like no one caught the end of it. Plus, you know, I'd like to take the opportunity to show off the amazing work that the modding community's done to the PC, for the PC version, to make it resemble the Dreamcast version. Because obviously, if you remember, Dreamcast version is what I streamed before. So, you know, I do want to showcase the amazing work the modding community's done with Sonic Adventure, just to bring it back to what it should be, compared to how the PC port is. Yeah. And also, I have figured out that when it comes to stream anniversary, I'll probably still be in Frontiers. And it's like, maybe if I get through Frontiers really quickly, maybe the Frontiers finale could coincide with it, like that week. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if it will though. because you know, I've got, you know, only a few streams before then, plus one of the Sundays, the 7th of May, I believe is the 7th. Yeah, the 7th might not be streaming. I don't know if I'll be streaming that day because I am out that day. I don't know if I'll be back in time to stream. If I'm back in time to stream, I will, because I want to keep consistent again. You know, combination of Squid League and injury and stuff, you know, and seeing the Mario movie last week kind of caused a bit of a breakup in streaming. I want to keep back to consistency, you know. But yeah, I'm kind of rambling at this point and my throat's kind of sore, so I think it's probably a good time to end it. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching, sticking through this. Certainly was a game. I can't see myself playing Sonic Forces again until like Sonic Hacking Showcase, like Sonic Hacking Contest or something. Yeah. But yeah, you know, as always, yeah. Whether you watch part of the stream, whole stream, chatted, lurked, it is always very appreciated. Yeah. So yeah, should see you back on Tuesday for the start of Sonic Frontiers.